want to take the next opposition, RTP. Go ahead. Keep going, sir.
I mean, you believe Fox.
My bad. My bad.
No,
You can stay here. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about him. But you just said, like, you just cited Jonathan Turley and Alan Dershowitz, who are close friends of Donald Trump, and like their job literally is to defend them. You'll believe them, but all these Democrats are a problem.
They got a lot more experience in that arena than I do, right?
Yeah, but there's people on the left that have more experience, and you don't care what they have to say.
Now you're putting words into my mouth. Like I didn't say I don't care. I try to find it. You know what? It's just I see the same situation in Florida right now that I thought I saw in New York. But I've never seen so many people in irate, like literally irate over who was managing that case in Florida. And
brother, she not only was she not qualified to be a judge, which she's not, it is the most moronic judging I've ever seen.
Say that. Tell me why she's not qualified.
She had very little experience, very little, and it shows.
Oh my God!
And it has shown multiple times as her Republican, those that oversee her have had to overrule her twice. She's doing right now. She's opening up, like, these are preliminary hearings, and she's allowing people that aren't attorneys on the case, just friends of Donald Trump, to come in and try and convince her why she should throw this out. Are you kidding? Can you imagine if Judge Engoron had just brought in like a couple Democrats just to come in and convince him why they should make Donald Trump guilty? You guys would lose it. That would be the best evidence you have that this was a rigged trial.
Yeah, if it looks like a fish, smells like a fish, it usually is a fish.
And I don't think you know what a fish looks like in this scenario. No, honestly, I think that, like, you're looking at one of the most corrupt humans in history, and you're saying everybody else is corrupt but him.
Something's fishy here.
Something's fishy, exactly.
If it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, I think
he ran a scam university, and he had his charity shut down.
And
this is a criminal. Why do you think that this guy isn't a criminal?
And Biden told me the laptop, which no.
Let's not. Real. You can go to that in a minute. But why do you believe a guy who isn't even allowed to run a charity because he stole from it and ran a scam university? Why is it so hard for you guys to believe that this guy, who's obviously a scammer, is a scammer?
Because when he was president 4 years ago, I was better off then than I am now.
No, you weren't. We were in the middle of COVID 4 years ago. We had like 20 million people trying to get money from the government 4 years ago. We were in the worst place possible 4 years ago.
Oh, now you know what? I think it's
2024. Where were we? June of 2020, right in the middle of COVID.
I think I've got 3/4 of the country right now that would probably disagree with you.
Well, and that's another thing. I appreciate that you're confident about that. But ever since Donald Trump entered office, Republicans have done nothing but lose elections. You don't have 3/4 of the country. You guys tell yourselves that, but your voting block is getting smaller, which is why Nikki Haley's still getting like 15 to 20% in GOP primaries, even though she dropped out. Even Republicans are
no, come on. You know the reason why she's getting that much love? It's because Biden is so inept.
What? So they're voting for her over Trump?
They don't like
Wait,
Trump.
Biden's inept, so they're voting for Haley, who dropped out, over Trump.
100%. That was their other option.
Okay, well, great. Yeah. Haley's a better option. They won't even vote. These are Republicans we're talking about. You need every Republican to show up. You guys lost last time. You have to pick up votes, and all you're doing is bleeding votes. You've lost women in every conservative state. Every time they've put abortion on the ballot, Republicans are getting dusted. There was a election in Ohio a couple weeks ago. This Ohio district where the previous congressman had won by 40 points, Donald Trump won by like 30 something points. I think the Republican won by 7 points. In the deepest red places, you guys are losing ground. This is going to be, and you can mark my word, Greg, you don't have to agree with me till the election, but after the election, just remember, I told you this will be one of the most historic defeats that we've had in elections. Donald Trump is going to get pummel fucked. It's not going to go well. And I just want you to remember at that point that you said 70% of America was on your side. They're not.
Oh, we'll see. And then Friday morning, I'll be right back in touch with you going,
That's fine. But you understand, you guys have been losing, right? You understand, since Trump came in office, all you guys have done is lose, right?
Hey, we're one step away from our next win, baby. That's all I know.
Yeah, that's true. But you got a hell of a string of L's here.
Greg, that's why I left the Republican Party right there.
No, I appreciate that. You stay on that side, I'll stay on my side. But hey, I do appreciate.
You come over here with us. I like you.
I appreciate the time you gave me, and I watch you guys a lot because I try to learn as much as I can. So I do appreciate you, and thanks for having me.
Thanks, brother.
Well, guys, I mean, they watch me because I'm so informational.
I think Greg, they watch for the cleavage. I think that's a little.
I think that would be RTP. Yes, I show
for the cleavage.
I show all the cleavage. Guys, the Republican Hop in the Box only taking opposition at this time. Can we get to 200,000 likes? Can we get RTP up to 1,000 fucking points at least? You know what? Fuck it. I'm not letting anybody in until we get to RTP at least.
Don't do that. Don't do that. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Come on, guys. There's so many people in the box right now. They want to debate. Here's a discussion to be had. I mean, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? So at least show a little bit, because RTP's been dropping some bombs. Look, he's the brains, and I just sit here and look pretty, right? Just look at me, right? But just kidding. He's also really handsome too. It's true. It's true. As some people say, I don't think he is. I think he's,
Yeah. Oh.
Well, he's
hurt my feelings.
If you're Republican, up in the box, guys. The next goal is 200,000 likes. Love you guys. Okay, if you're not opposition, I'm just gonna kick you. But I love you, by the way.
Hey, good evening. How you doing?
Good. How are you, Travis?
I'm doing good. Doing good. I just have a few questions. Am I a Republican? I don't know what I am.
Don't ask no questions.
No.
Why the preacher have a nice car? Sorry.
I wanna have a nice talk. So
I fucked up again, guys. I fucked up. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I do it sometimes. 200,000 likes. Go ahead, Travis. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I want to touch on this, and I'm kind of sick of the whole Trump thing. But I'm just confused on what was okay. So he got found guilty of a second-degree felony, or whatever felony it was. But what was the actual felony he was found guilty of? I actually got a lot of questions, but I'm trying to wrap it up in my head all around all of it. It was the Penal Code 175 or whatever, I believe he was charged with. And I just don't understand what the falsifying business records are in the first degree, because of
course you're, then you must be a Republican because you don't understand.
Well, no, because I don't, because if you look at the actual law, what it states, I can't tell you what it is. Why was he charged for that when the, what was it? The Federal Election Commission, I believe, and the U.S. Department of Justice wouldn't take this and prosecute him for it. Why didn't the government step in and charge him with it? Because if you read the statute,
is the government your daddy? Hang on, is the government your daddy? Yes or no?
No, but if you read the actual penal code of 175.10, nothing is on there. And if you trace back the last 25 cases,
and every time you say penal code, I feel like there's a little bit of an insurrection rising up from within.
No.
What is your point, though? Honestly. Guys, I'm sorry. Guys, I'm doing it again. See, this is what happens when you let me talk. I'm telling you. It doesn't end well for anyone.
Why can't they're like, okay, so like I talked to my brother-in-law.
Wait, Travis, that's great for your brother-in-law. Are you a Christian? Before you answer that.
No, I'm not a Christian.
I know, I said before you answer that, and you answered that. Okay, so you get to 200,000 likes.
Why can't you guys
Travis, are you a Republican or Travis, are you a Republican or
independent? I'm actually registered.
Okay, great. Are you more likely to vote for Trump or Biden?
What? Let's let Barrister answer the question that Travis asked then.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, good idea. Barrister, go ahead.
No, so why didn't the Federal Election Commission take take this and prosecute this, or even the DOJ? Why didn't they take it? If it's
I'll take the first part first, and then I'll answer that second part.
okay.
In terms of the crime that's charged, it's 34 felonies under 175.10. That says falsification of business records with intent to defraud, with the intent to commit another crime. Doesn't specify which crime, just any crime. And so that's a felony, a class E felony, which is
Correct.
the lowest
Correct.
form of felonies.
Okay.
That means there are predicate crimes. The predicate crimes are the crimes that he had intent to commit
Okay.
under the statute. Those predicate crimes there were 4. One is federal campaign finance. One is state interference with an election. The third one was state tax evasion. And the fourth was falsification of business records to conceal falsification of business records. So those were the 4 predicate crimes they were using under that statute. The reason, when you ask why didn't the DOJ or the FEC, actually, it's an interesting story. The DOJ began investigating this back in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
It was Jeffrey Berman, a Republican U.S. attorney in New York, was investigating Rudy Giuliani. He also he's the guy that indicted Michael Avenatti, and he's the guy that indicted Epstein. And so Berman was investigating various things, including Rudy Giuliani and this payoff. Bill Barr told him to stop. He refused, and they told him to resign. He refused to resign, so they fired him. He then went to Congress and testified about all this. So at that point, the investigation by the feds stopped because Bill Barr told him to stop. It went to the FEC, and the first thing the FEC did was refer it to the Office of General Counsel. The Office of General Counsel are investigators that anytime there's an incident comes up, a team of investigators goes and investigates to find out if criminal charges are warranted. They sent that out. The report came back that criminal charges were warranted against Michael Cohen and against Trump and potentially against AMI, the head company of the National Enquirer, and David Pecker. And so they indicted Michael Cohen, and he pled guilty to campaign finance violations for the payoff to Stormy Daniels. They went after AMI. AMI and the National Enquirer, David Pecker, they did what's called a conciliation agreement. They agreed that in exchange for the FEC not going after them criminally, they would sign an agreement. I think they paid a fine. They may not have. I just don't recall. But they agreed to provide information. And they also did a non-prosecution agreement because they were going to be prosecuted as well. And so then the FEC has 6 members. And the 6 members, there were 3 Republicans, 2 Democrats, and 1 independent.
Yeah, it was like a bipartisan or nonpartisan thing, yeah.
Yeah. So when they got the Office of General Counsel report back that said they recommended criminal charges, one of the Republicans recused themselves and the independent was absent. So it was 2 Republicans, 2 Democrats. The 2 Republicans voted to ignore the Office of General Counsel report. The 2 Democrats said to go forward with it. Because there's not a majority, then it dies. And so they stopped investigating, and they caught some grief for this because they were not pursuing campaign finance issues with the Trump administration. And so the 2 Republicans did a statement where they outlined their reasons. They never said there's no evidence. They never said it's a bad case. What they said was they had 2 reasons for not going forward. One was, under their rules, if another department or agency is investigating or has taken action, then they back off. And they said because Michael Cohen had been indicted, that shows that the Department of Justice was on it, so they didn't have to worry about it. The second reason they said is because they didn't have the manpower to go after a case like this, which I thought was stupid. But anyway, that's what they said.
Okay.
And I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds
No,
crazy.
my brother-in-law told me the same thing like that too. Yes. That's what I wasn't using my brother-in-law as leverage. I was just like, he kind of explained it, but he couldn't because he is in he works for the Obama administration, so he didn't want to elaborate on it because he's still in working government. And he kind of just told what you said. I'll be honest with you, your spiel up to now was great. Like, thank you. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate that. I just never had the right understanding of all the charges. And I'm not here to debate, really. I'm just here to get facts.
Well, exactly. You just got a lot of facts. It wasn't really a spiel.
He was great. He was great. He was great.
Yeah, but I get it. But how do you feel about it? Like, is he right or is he wrong?
I'm so
Is he right or is he wrong?
Yeah, and it's just like a vicious circle, though. Like, I mean, like, he's right. No, his stuff is right. No, his stuff is dead right, because there's pieces I was picking out that I did read and kind of heard from Democratic supporters. And yeah, he's dead on. Like, I'm not going to debate that or disagree any of that, because I heard a lot of that stuff. So I just don't understand, like, why people just can't get the understanding of things. Like, I'm not talking as
because there's a lot of Republicans
or Democrat. You know what I mean? Just put.
Travis, that's why I'm only taking opposition at this time. Honestly, are you opposition? Well, I'm only taking opposition at this time. Are you opposition?
No, I'm sorry. I probably wasted your time. I don't know what
You're not wasting time. No, there was no wasted time.
Yeah, I just wanted a little bit of clear understanding and what I heard and read.
He definitely clarified for you.
Yeah. Look, don't run him out of here. Travis is having a good conversation. Yeah, I think you're doing good, Travis. I think they're fair questions. I get it. Like, we're lucky on TikTok. We have people like Barrister who practice law and can explain this stuff in much more simple terms than like what we can find on our own.
Correct. And that's, I mean, like, I don't know, maybe I'm not made for TikTok because I don't want to debate. I just want to hear facts. And you just have, and that guy was great. Like, great. I'm one of those researchers that prints stuff out, and I guarantee,
now that you've heard all the facts, who are you more likely to vote for?
I can't go with the Biden side. I just can't. I can't go with Trump either. So I would have to, I don't know. I got time to decide.
Who do you think is more likely to win?
I don't know. With the way the country is, I have no clue.
All right. Well, have a great night. Well, it was nice having you. I mean, unless RTP has,
I would just add, like, I'm curious. When you say you can't go with the Biden side, like, why? That guy's so vanilla. I can't imagine somebody being like, I don't understand anybody having any big feelings about Biden, good or bad. Like, he's the most vanilla guy.
No, he is. I mean, but it's just, maybe I'm influenced by people that I don't want to put people out there, but people that kind of worked with politics and stuff. Like, they said that there's better Democratic people to be president.
Well, I agree with that, honestly. But again, like, one of them's a criminal. Like, I could understand people holding their nose and voting for Joe Biden. I think a lot of I did that in 2020. He's been better than I thought. And I would like to see somebody else in office too. But that's what I don't get. Like, Donald Trump is a criminal. He's a con. He's a con man. He's openly fascistic. Like, clearly one of these two options is way better than the other one. And I don't know.
Can I ask another question? So why wouldn't they like the Democratic Party? And this is why I'm like, so I can't say disappointed, but frustrated with them. Why don't they say, hey, you know what, Joe, let's step aside. We got somebody out there that's going to be better. And if you throw somebody else out there, and I have people in mind.
We did that. RFK ran as a Democrat for a little bit. Marianne Williamson ran. I forget that other guy's name. Dean Phillips ran.
Yeah, Dean Phillips.
Democrats gave us options, and we said, we'll take Biden. Thanks. Like, that's what the primaries were. I don't know why people are pretending we didn't have primaries. If the Democrat voters wanted to get rid of Joe Biden, we could have done it. We could have put somebody else, and it wasn't even close. Overwhelmingly, Democrats are saying we want Joe Biden again.
Okay, and that's the way it should be. You know what I mean? I'm one that just isn't like, I'm not a Trump supporter, but I'm not a Biden supporter. I'm not going to vote for Trump because
What about just like a supporter of humanity?
A job as a felon. I'm not a felon. I'm just saying, but if I had a felony, I wouldn't be able to get a job, let alone become president of the United States.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I think, like, I mean, Joe Biden is a moderate guy. I don't know that you could point to something he's done as president that would disqualify you from voting for him. He's been a pretty moderate president. We recovered better than every other country in the world from COVID. Our economy, like by the same economic numbers we used under Trump, our economy is doing better. There are still problems in this country, and most of those need to be solved by restructuring our tax code so billionaires are actually paying a fair share, and the middle class isn't dealing with that tax burden all the time. But overall, he's done a good job, and I don't understand somebody saying like, "Oh, I could never vote for Biden." That doesn't make sense to me. Like, there's it just, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to get clarification on.
I guess I'm just one that's ready for fresh change in DC. Like, I think there should be an age limit on presidents. Like, you can't be older than a certain age.
I know, but again, we're talking about like are you planning on voting?
Oh, I'm gonna vote.
Okay, so
yeah,
who's a better option than Joe Biden for you?
Guys, 200,000 likes. I let in the next opposition.
I guess I've been so sucked into Joe Biden, and I guess my dislike just became like within the last, I'm going to say, year of him. And it's just not even a dislike. I'll be honest. Like, I'm going to be honest, and you can state your opinion. And this is my opinion. I just don't think, like, if he has another 4 years, will he make it? Will he, honestly? Like, I think I feel bad for him sometimes up there. I do.
Yeah, but again, like, obviously, Trump and Biden are very similar ages, and Trump has some health problems too.
Correct.
It is like, I think statistically, it's most likely that neither one of them would be alive in 4 years. But again, like, I want to know what's so disqualifying that you can't vote for him, or that you're going to vote for somebody else. Who's a better option for you?
I would not vote for Trump. So guess what? It would be Biden when it comes down to it. But I'm having a hard time to put in for it. I guess I'm just like at a point, like, I never had a problem when Clinton was in. I went for Clinton. It was the easiest thing. And then Kerry, and then it would have been Obama. I was on board with them. You know what I mean? And then it's just like, I'm not too on board with them because I just don't believe some of his policies, but that's how it is. My wife, I don't agree with her all the time. You know what I mean? But I'm married to her for 15 years.
Where do you live?
Like,
you don't live in Utah by chance, do you?
No, I actually live right outside of New York City. So
okay, that picture looked like a place in Utah, so I wasn't sure.
Oh, that was, yeah, we were out there. Yeah.
Was that at Soldier Hollow? Was I right on that?
I think it was.
That's crazy. Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, one of my favorite places.
Yes, it is beautiful out there. But yeah, it's just like, I know my brother-in-law says, my family members say this, like, well, you're saying I'm voting for Biden. I said, I'm not voting for Trump. I said, I'm not a Biden supporter. I really don't like the guy. But then again, I feel bad for saying that because I don't even know the guy personally. You know what I mean? Like, I like him, but I don't support his policies.
Yeah. Do you know who Shane Gillis is?
Oh, absolutely. I know.
All right. One thing Shane Gillis said that I thought was really funny, but it illustrates the point. Like, he said that he was down at, I think at University of Florida, or maybe it was Miami. I think maybe Miami. Yeah, and all these people were like giving him shit, and somebody's like, "You look like you voted for Biden," and he's like, "That actually hurt," because that's what it's become. Like, Biden has become a meme to the point now that, like, I honestly do think people have been peer pressured into not voting for him. They like it, especially men. We think that it makes us look weak if we vote for Joe Biden, which I disagree with that.
I disagree with that.
There is, sorry, I lost my mic.
That's the whole point of a presidential election is, like, I mean, you have your political beliefs and the people you want, but at the end of the day, like, I mean, when I met my wife, she was a Republican, and I was like, well, shit, excuse me. I was like, damn, I'm still marrying her. You know what I mean?
All right, Travis, this is your closing statement. Hey, but by the way, Travis, if you don't know RTP, follow him.
No, I actually do. I pop in his stuff and once in a while, and then I think he's very intelligent. He has good points, solid points. So, yeah, he's good. He's very good.
Brother.
Good stuff, man.
Thank you.
Yep.
See,
I guess I ruined it because I'm really not a.
You're way too nice. But we love you. I appreciate you.
Jeff needs the drama.
Can I get one triggered Republican up here? Guys, the Republican hop of the box only taking opposition at this time. Thoughts, feelings, concerns? Thank you for the 200,000 likes. Thank you for the gifts. Gift the panel. And you know what? Gift yourself by watching this show. Just saying. It's a gift to you. And it's a treat for you. And it's a present from us. and we must all live in the present, not in the past, but only looking forward towards the future.
It's beautiful.
Sorry.
It's beautiful.
Shut up, dude. Raul. Did I fuck
Hey,
that up?
Jeff. Hey,
Hey.
I'm opposition, but not to Biden. I'm opposition to you, brother. I still can't believe you crossed the line, man. And I'm glad you did, but you're probably like in Biden's situation, you know, especially.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking clearly, and I'm running the best lives I've ever had to perpetuate a future life that's going to be great for everyone else, just like Biden is. Yes, that's true. Good point.
People are suspicious, man. They're still suspicious.
Well, they should be. They should be, honestly.
It's fair. It's fair.
It is fair. Nobody's, and you guys are. Look. That's why you vote for who you do, because you ask the questions, you dig deep, you listen, and you pay attention, and that's a lot more than I can say for the Republican Party. Unless I'm wrong, Republicans, then hop in the box. This is HVAC. It was for yes. This is HVAC. Well, there was HVAC, or you guys call me Jeff. Call me Jeff. I will always be sus. Okay, fair enough. Guys, if you're Republican, hop in the box. Guys, we just got to learn more about the U.S. elections notification at the bottom. So let's tap past that. If we get to 215,000 likes, it's just a lot better. If you're opposition, hop in the box. Only taking Republicans at this time. Or, like, if you're not a Republican, then, like, you got to be super right-leaning independent. Hang on. This guy was here last night. RTP, you might have to do a 1v2 here. I don't know what's going to happen.
Cool.
Wait, okay, hang on. Let's see what happens here. I don't think James, are you opposition? Or John, is it James?
No,
Oh.
I'm accidentally up here.
Oh, no worries. And listen,
Wait, hold on. I just want to say I looked at your profile and
it wasn't
I love the enlightened Exmo. I love that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And listen, it wasn't an accident, but fate. What a small parcel of fate that could draw such nigh conclusions of greatness, but yet ever be so yonder. For if you vote Republican, there ought to be. I don't know. Review how James or James. I could call
Wait,
you.
hold on. Did I see you say in the comments you live in Cache Valley?
Nope. Don't start RTP. Don't do it. Review. How are you?
We were gonna do some Utah stuff. I think she's from Utah.
How are you guys doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Are you?
You guys Trump or Biden here?
Biden for sure.
Biden over who are you thinking for sure over?
I'll vote for him over anybody else.
Petulant child, crybaby Trump is what I call him. Or sometimes I call him grumpy, dump Trumpy. It just depends on, the mood.
You got nicknames for him, bro? That's kind of weird. I ain't gonna lie.
Really? They call him Sleepy Joe.
Yeah, I think that's weird too.
Or locker up Hillary.
Don't you think that's weird?
Or what do they say about Obama's wife?
I'm kind of with you. I do think it's weird. I'm with you on that. They're all weird. You gotta stop.
Do you
that
not
shit.
think that stuff's weird?
Reviews, are you more right or left leaning?
I don't know, man. I'm pretty in the middle. I think I'd be voting right now. I don't think I'd be voting for Trump or Biden. I think I'd be voting for RFK. But I think if you're saying it's between Trump or Biden, I think I would be voting for Trump.
Why? What are the things that I think a lot. If I had to guess, I'm guessing like some of the stuff. I'm not calling you a conspiracy theorist, but I'm guessing you get accused of that a lot.
And by the way, RTP does have 128,000 followers. To be fair,
Good for you, man. Yeah. No. I'm just saying, like, I find most people that are on the RFK train, generally, their views on COVID are pretty similar. Their views on, I'd say probably like anti-interventionalist. Does that sound kind of right?
I mean, yeah, I don't think COVID, I think we could look back and I don't think I think it could have been handled better. And, less devastating reaction to our economy and individuals across our society.
RFK would have said like no vaccine, and the vaccine is why we're at where we're at now with COVID.
You think so?
I mean, is there any data that suggests otherwise? Like COVID is largely under control, and that fought like it was out of control until we had vaccines, until we got a great deal of the population vaccinated, and it increased herd immunity.
You see how many different variants there are now, though?
That's how these things work.
Yeah, but dude, there's like hundreds now.
Yeah, and just like the flu's a new variant every year.
Yeah,
they evolve, like viruses evolve.
Year, like this stuff is involved, like.
Well, because the flu goes away. Yeah, the flu goes away. It's seasonal. Once it gets above a certain temperature, the flu goes away. That didn't happen with COVID, and so it was mutating at a faster rate simply because it never went away, right? And you have, in America, 350 million options of bodies that you can latch onto.
All right, can we let's just agree on something, I guess, then here, RTP. Sure. We can agree that this virus was man-made, right?
No, nobody knows yet, but I do agree that it's certainly possible, even likely. I would say that it's possible or likely that it was somewhere in the middle of that, but nobody knows for certain where it originated.
I think it was, dude.
Well, I know, but you don't. I know. I understand you think it was, but nobody in this whole world knows for certain.
Anybody could prove it for certain, but I think like you're just looking at it from like a unbiased perspective and like broader level, like you're pointing to like it was 100% manufactured by a laboratory.
No, I don't agree with that.
Or China.
No, we covered this morning. I think that that it's like the first people that got it, only like one of them worked at the lab. I like I said, I could be swayed to say it's more likely than not made in a lab, but again, like I don't think anybody's saying anywhere close to 100%.
Right, guys, let's be very honest. Careful here. By the way, let's be very careful here. Just to be fair for everybody. There's a lot of views right now. There's a lot of high follower accounts, a lot of people watching. So let's be very careful with this subject. And if you want to keep digging into it, we can. But if we can move on, that would be good too. Whatever you guys feel like.
What subject would you want to move on to here?
Well, so I guess outside of that, like what you said, RFK would be your vote, and then Trump is number 2. Let's throw out everybody else. Let's just pretend that Biden's number 3. Okay. Help me understand like what it is about either RFK or Trump that you think
would you pick Biden over like a Jill Stein?
Yeah.
Too?
Yes.
Okay. See, I put them tied at 3 for me, probably.
Well, the difference between those two people is that like there's at least a track record with Biden of working with others. There's a track record of leadership, and he's the current sitting president, so we don't have to start over. I think there's a lot of unanswered questions about Jill Stein.
Just in my eyes, that's what like Biden's weaknesses are, I guess, is like that he's just been a lifelong politician. Like we know what he does, we know what he stands for. Like,
in what other job does doing it for a long time make you weak?
I don't think any, except politicians. I think the longer politicians exist.
But why? Why do you think that?
Because I think they get more friendly with big corporations.
Well, are we saying Joe Biden's more friendly with corporations now than Donald Trump?
I think they both are. Very
okay. Which one of them is cutting deals with big businesses right now? Like just directly saying, you give me money and I'll do this for you.
I think both, right? Like
no, Trump said, if you give me $1 billion, I'll cut your taxes.
Yeah, but dude.
Well,
look, everything Trump says at face value. First off, second off,
when it comes to taxes, cutting taxes, you don't think Trump would cut taxes for billionaires,
dude?
You think he's blowing smoke on that?
No, because he's done it previously, so I don't.
Okay, yeah, so it's pretty fair to say, like, of course he's going to do that.
Dude, yes, but I'm not denying Trump's relationships with these people.
Okay, but I asked you if there was like an example of Biden promising something to the billionaire class, and do you have an example of that?
Dude, I think it's indirect and like all
He's
this
running on raising their taxes, brother.
No, but dude, I think it's more about like this globalist perspective of I'm doing the right thing for society.
Like I mean, like climate change? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I think it's broader than just.
RFK is a proponent of climate change, right?
Yes, dude.
Okay.
I'm not
So
saying
why don't you? So why is that not
anything.
disqualifying? The things that, well, because the things that you're saying are disqualifying for Biden either aren't true or RFK has the same position. So I'm trying to figure out how it is that Trump is ahead of Biden in your rankings. Doesn't make any sense.
I think. Okay. Can I just talk about one thing
Sure.
and see if we agree upon this? So, what I think is going on in both Ukraine and Russia and Israel and Palestine, I think would have the best chance of resolving under Trump, because
Why?
I think because Trump's come out and said he's the strongest Israeli component. So
Yeah, he said finish the job. So
Yeah,
you want Palestine wiped off the map?
just listen.
No,
When
not just
Trump
listen. We're
says
having a
that
conversation. Wait, hold
Yep.
on. No.
Yes.
I'm
No.
going to ask you questions.
Yeah, I have something really good. I know what you're about to say.
I don't. Well, let me say it then. This is a conversation.
Go ahead. And then
When Donald
we'll
Trump says
respond.
finish the job and wipe Palestine off the map, that's what you want also?
No, I actually want the opposite.
Okay,
And
then
that's
why?
why I think
So
Trump's
wait,
saying that will have.
wait.
Because I
So
think when Trump, listen, please, I heard your question. I'm gonna respond to your question, then you can ask another one. When Trump says that, I think more people will realize that what Israel is doing is actually wrong. When Trump says it, so many Americans will be opposed to what is being said. Then
no, they won't. Republicans want this. This is
No,
exactly what.
no.
Yes, he.
RTP, hang on, RTP,
Who's the-
RTP, let him finish the sentence. He wasn't quite finished. He wasn't finished. Go ahead, buddy.
I think it will have the adverse effect that Trump wants it to have.
But it doesn't. It doesn't.
But
Republicans
that's
have
what
come
my
out and
belief
changed.
is.
The Republicans are changing their position to match his.
Dude, but that's what my belief is. And right now in your Bible,
But hold on. Who
they
cares about
still
your belief
support it.
when
I
reality
don't
says
think-
otherwise?
I don't think Israel.
Wait,
should
now,
be
wait.
supported.
Why do you get to talk over me, but I don't get to talk over you?
Go ahead. I'll
Yeah.
give you
Well,
the floor.
why would any of us give a flying fuck about your beliefs when reality says otherwise? You want us to believe Trump's playing this 4D chess that just nobody gets? They're all saying the same thing. Republicans want to wipe Gaza off the map. They just want that to be Israel. That is their position. And you're saying that this is 4D chess to trick everybody?
I just am seeing what's going on with Biden, that it's not stopping. And
Brother,
I'm looking
that's not a
forward
response to
try
my question.
change.
That's not a response to my question.
I don't know. No, I don't think Trump is playing 40 chess or whatever you're saying. I think he's just, that's actually how he feels. He wants to support Israel, and I think it's going to have the adverse effect.
That's
don't think
great.
it's
Yeah, so what's he
40
going to
chess.
do?
Yes,
So
on
is he
purpose.
just going to fund them more?
He's going to try to, but I think the Senate's going to stop it when Trump's so supportive of it.
The Senate's
I think
going to
it'll have
stop funding to Israel. They've been giving funding
Yes.
to Israel for decades. They're doing it now.
I-
What are you
I
talking
know, and
about?
that's what I'm saying. It's going to be the opposite when Trump gets in there. And as such a component of it, I think more people will be opposed of it to be against what Trump is saying.
So you think because they're opposed to Trump, they'll oppose the funding. So putting Trump in there as a way to get the funding to stop, even though Trump doesn't want the funding to stop. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
All right. I mean, that's a theory. I think that's a little silly, to be honest, but I understand what you're saying. I mean, you understand, like, you're predicting something that probably isn't going to happen, has never happened before, and you're like, I'll vote for him.
It's a long shot.
Yeah, I think, okay, that's fair. I just don't agree at all.
That'd be one of the reasons that separates the two, in my opinion. Do you want to? I have like 2 or 3, just
Sure,
small,
go ahead.
kind of like that, where it maybe will sound crazy at first, but like it kind of ties around to the end.
But it just, in all fairness, what it sounds like is that
Yeah.
you don't have good answers. And so instead of going with the most obvious answer,
I don't think
and the
Biden's
stuff
that
that we,
answer.
I wasn't done,
Well,
and the stuff that
let
we
me-
can't, and the stuff that we can verify, instead of just admitting to yourself that like this doesn't work, you're creating these alternative narratives that even Trump and Republicans aren't coming up with. It's like you're the only one that knows the plan. Like, you know what they're doing better than they do. And you understand what I'm saying? Like, none of this seems very likely. I get why you're an RFK guy. I get it. You like conspiracy. You like the non-obvious answer. But I just think the obvious answer is usually the right answer.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not from the future, so I can't tell you what the answer is. I'm just saying I'm willing.
Then why are you voting as if you are?
because I think that's what is our duty as citizens, is to vote with whoever we think is the best in our own opinion.
No. You're voting based on this thing that you think is going to happen that Trump isn't saying is going to happen. Nobody is saying this is going to happen. You just
That's one of my reasons. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, isn't that's kind of a bizarre way to choose who to vote for?
What? How so?
Because the chances of it happening are not good, and nobody is saying that that's what they're going to do. So what if you're wrong? What if you're wrong and Donald Trump is going to do exactly what he says? So then you're wrong, and then Ukraine is handed over to Russia, and Palestine is handed over to the Israelis. Then what?
I don't think that's good. Do you think that's good?
No, I don't think that's good.
Do you think we're on the path to have that happen anyways right now?
No. Ukraine is doing a great job
disagree.
holding Russia off. You even see Biden now, who started off as, I'm a Zionist, I support Israel. Now even Biden, the moderate Democrat Zionist, is like, hey, that's enough, Israel. Like, you've gone too far.
Yeah, I disagree. I guess just on a.
And Trump's out here saying, go further.
Dude, honestly, I just disagree with you on a fundamental level there.
Well, I understand, but the fundamental place where we disagree is I'm talking about what candidates are promising to do, what they say they're going to do, and you're talking about this weird hypothetical where, like, you understand how Democrats are going to react to a Trump victory, and because you understand how Democrats are going to react for a Trump victory, you're going to vote for the guy who says, like, well, I'm just going to give it all away and just hope that you're right. And I think that's
RTP. Could I give you another example of this? Maybe it could help you conceptualize.
Sure.
Like when Trump was running in 2016, when we were having immigration, like illegal, like problems, and he was saying all this messed up stuff about border walls and such.
Yeah.
I think there's someone comment, RTP is so damn smart, then like rizz him up a little bit. Can he get a little bit of Riz? How about that? Go ahead. I do it. I apologize. I do it. I'm sorry. I fucked up. Riz, go ahead. Riz, go ahead. Review, go ahead. I apologize. Go ahead.
I wonder if, like, maybe it wouldn't have been a bad idea to do something with the border back in 2016 before the problems that we see today.
What's the problem that we see today?
I think mass illegal immigration.
Incorrect. It's legal immigration. We have a legal immigration problem.
Yes, through asylum. Right? Yeah.
Okay, so none of what Trump was talking about would have fixed any of this. Having a wall there would have done nothing.
I think in 2016, what he was talking about is comparable to what's happening today.
No, he was talking about building a wall and having Mexico pay for
Riz him up in the chat. I was talking about Riz up the coinage, right? Everybody's like, guys, I'm talking about a 3 to 4 to 5, maybe.
It's fine. It's fine. Let people just enjoy it. Let them just.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm fine.
Yeah, like, I mean, his policies wouldn't have addressed any of this. When Trump left off, hold on. Let me finish. Could I finish?
Yeah,
could I finish?
Just conclude on this topic.
Yeah, before Donald Trump left office, I think like 4 or 5 days before he left office, he put out an executive order that essentially said, hey, we fucked up in Venezuela pretty bad. And because of what we did, there's a bunch of people at our southern border and a bunch of people that are here waiting for amnesty claims, but we can't process them quickly. So I'm writing a special executive order to protect Venezuelans who are here seeking amnesty, essentially making their send back date indefinite. He understood what happened. And if he didn't, then he just signed something he didn't understand. But that's the thing. Like, this isn't a Joe Biden or Donald Trump thing. This is a destabilization of countries south of us. This is COVID that decimated multiple economies. And this is us putting retaliatory sanctions on Venezuela, causing their entire economy to collapse. And people in Venezuela left with either starving to death or trying to make their voyage to America and see if they can live. But none of the stuff Trump advocated for would have fixed any of this.
All right. Let's move on to the next topic. Next topic I have is, I guess, with hedge fund America and how stock prices are for even local consumers. And
wait, sorry, there was a sound. What about stock price? Did you say inflated stock prices?
Oh, you know what the sound was? Yeah. You know what the sound was? Guys, get us at 215,000 likes. I do apologize. Go ahead.
Is that what you said? Inflated stock prices? Is that what you said?
Yeah. So, like, I'm just gonna give you an example here. I don't know. I am a finance accounting graduate, CPA. So
Nice, dude.
just looking at like stocks, like let's just go back to like 2010, like a really good stock, like you probably know like the company Apple, like, right?
I've heard of them, yeah.
Okay. So like back in 2015, they're growing, they're coming out with the iPhones every year. And how you measure a stock, you have obviously the stock price, but then you have what's called like a price to earnings ratio. So you basically take the price of your stock and the number of your shares that you have outstanding, you divide it by how much earnings you have. So like a really high valued stock that has like a lot of growth prospects in the future years is going to have a higher price to earnings ratio. Okay. And like a more stable one, like say like a Home Depot, is going to try and over the years, it's just going to kind of stay consistent PE wise. Okay.
Sure.
So like, let's just take in 2015, you have Home Depot. The price to earnings ratio is like 11. Okay.
Okay. Are you making that number up, or are you saying like, that's the real number? Okay, cool.
That's that real number. It's like 11. Okay. Apple's PE ratio, so like a higher growth firm, around the same time period is like 13.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's go to modern day.
Okay.
All right.
Now, what would you say is like a really high growth company in modern day? Are you familiar?
Like who's had a bunch of growth recently?
Yeah, let's just say in 2023.
What is it? NVIDIA, however you say that?
Yeah, NVIDIA.
Yeah.
So let's just take NVIDIA and let's just say you could be a really good financial stock predictor and go back in the future. You could invest in one company. You probably want to choose like the thing with a really high price to earnings ratio. It's going to show it's going to grow a lot.
Yeah.
You see this in 2023. And let's just, for example, let's go back to this Home Depot. So remember in 2015, it was like 11 for Home Depot. In 2023, it increased slightly to like 17. So like 11 to 17, that's not, too much.
Okay.
And now remember, Apple is like, it was at like 13, so it's slightly higher. So maybe now we're going to see like a 25 range-ish price to earnings ratio for NVIDIA. Dude, yes, it was freaking 113. So it was like 6 times the amount of this Home Depot prospect instead of like 1.5. So what I think really is going on is like these companies, they're going to say, oh, it's the market's never been like, I'm sure if you guys have like retirement accounts, like you guys are seeing really good growth right now. But what I'm scared about is like, even if it shows its face value as great growth today, I think in the long run, we're going to be screwed because it's the devaluing of the American.
What does that have to do with Joe Biden and Donald Trump?
Well, that's my fear right now.
Yeah, but like, how does that help you determine? Like, we're currently under largely Donald Trump's tax policy, and which is how
much like did you take before you like came to that realization. Fuck, I'm sorry.
Like we know what the problem is in the stock market. It's overly manipulated. You have these companies who took their earnings, record earnings during COVID, and did they reinvest that in their employees' R&D? Did they lower prices? No. What did they do? Stock buybacks. Right. And then they would go out and they would cut employees so that they made their profit margins look higher. What we're seeing is a total corruption within our system. I agree with you. Donald Trump is saying the way to fix that is to deregulate, which is fucking stupid because the lack of regulation is why we're in this mess. Joe Biden is saying, give me a Democrat Congress and House and I can pass new legislation so we can close these loopholes, have a more fair tax structure. This should stop allowing these corporations to bastardize the process and corrupt the entire thing. Mm-hmm. Like Donald Trump will exacerbate.
Listen,
but Trump will exacerbate that.
You just made my point for me, so thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you. That's what's going to happen, right? There's something wrong.
It's another thing where you're like, I want Trump because he's going to fuck things up so bad that we get to that point sooner.
This is just Biden. This is just Biden fucking it up. Okay.
What did he do to fuck it up?
No, you just said he wants to do. He wants to regulate. Yeah. So I think what's going to happen is a lot of like the Enron stuff, except like you're going to go in there and try to regulate these NVIDIA's apples that are already inflated. And they're going to go crashing down. And guess what?
Good.
Now all these stocks that we have
Good.
and all their money. That's the devaluing of the American dollar I was just talking about. You just made my point for me.
Good.
I don't think
good. What you're saying, we live in a totally corrupt system, and you're like, well, if we take all the corruption out, the system won't be the same. Good. We'll start over.
Yeah,
Great.
Yeah, dude, that's scary because then you have years of chaos.
Why is that scary?
You have years and years of chaos, man.
Why is it scary?
Dude, we'd probably be conquered if that happened by another country.
We'd be conquered.
Wait, hold on. So if we went and regulated,
if we could support like.
wait, but if
Ukraine,
what Biden, let's talk about what Biden is talked about. Like Biden has talked about cutting loopholes where people take their assets and they move them from company to avoid paying taxes. If we take that loophole,
level.
I know, but hold on. If we take that loophole away, is that going to cause our system to come crashing down? Absolutely not. If we have,
guys, at 300,000 likes, we take the next opposition. Go ahead. Sorry.
if we have corporations being taxed at a higher rate, if we tax things like speculation on the market, like we generate a bunch of tax revenue, will that bring the system crashing down? Absolutely not. All of these things will just clean up the system. When you're saying that what Biden's doing will crash the system, I fundamentally disagree. And you'd probably have to show me something that he's but what's he going to do? What's he going to do that will bring the system crashing down?
Okay, so I think individual tax cuts. I'm supportive of what you're saying here. I think we should crack down on loopholes, right? I don't think individuals. I think we should actually
what about corporate
tax
loopholes
system or something.
What about loopholes for corporations? Should we cut those down?
It's a tough one. Like, do you think the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is a net benefit or net negative for society? And I think it would be a net positive. Like, I think what they're doing with their money.
That's not even remotely an answer to my question.
Sure, it is, because he moves money out of my.
No, it's not. It's not an answer to my question. My question was, do you support us closing loopholes for corporate taxes?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, I do. And so now explain to me why putting that's what I'm asking. So now you're saying that the reason you don't support that is because it'll crash the system. Explain to me how telling corporations that they cannot move properties or assets from corporation to corporation to avoid paying taxes. Can you explain to me how that would crash our system?
So, like, for example, let's just take Bill Gates and Microsoft's relationship when they're moving it to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
That's not what happened. Microsoft did not move into the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. These are separate entities.
I'm saying their foundation consists of Microsoft stocks. So when they liquidate their assets, they're selling Microsoft's stock, and they liquidate it for cash, and the cash that they use is then distributed in a charitable foundation, net of tax. They deduct it from their taxes. Dude, this is simple regulation accounting. Like, this is what these.
I have no idea what your point is. What's your point? I asked you how this would crash the system. I asked you how this would crash the system, and you told me that the Gates Foundation sells stock to fund their organization. Okay, that's not a response to what I said.
So I guess I asked a question then.
I know, but I asked you a question. What is Joe Biden going to do to crash the markets?
I guess I'm trying to make a point through asking you a question.
I know, but I still want you to answer this question because you said
I
that
can't
he
predict
would.
the future. I can't predict the future.
You didn't have any problem saying it 5 minutes ago when you predicted that he would crash the stock market. You had no problem predicting the future. You had no problem predicting the future when you had that nonsense argument about Trump with
somebody in
Israel.
the chat said the guess is super like if you think that's so, guys, if you get us to 300,000 likes, we're going to take the next opposition. If it's boring, then get us to 300,000, we can talk about it. But so far so good. It sounds interesting to me.
I just don't get, like, why are you all of a sudden like, now you can't predict the future? Now you're not comfortable predicting the future when I ask for specifics? You're muted. I don't know if you know that, Reviews.
I didn't mute him. He's muted.
What was that?
Yeah, I'm just, yeah. I don't understand why before you were comfortable predicting the future, but now when I'm asking you for specifics, instead of giving me specifics, you're saying I can't predict the future.
I'm just talking in general.
I know, but I'm not. I'm asking a specific question.
And I can't tell you about specific policies. I can't predict what's going to happen in the future. What policies Biden's going to act if this situation happens. I can't do that for you. I'm not a magician, man. Like, what are you talking about?
You had no problem. You had no problem making that
What
prediction.
What are you talking about, man?
10 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago. You had 10 minutes ago.
Ukraine in 2017.
10 minutes
Reviews,
ago.
reviews. Hang on one sec.
10 minutes ago, you had no problem predicting that what would happen if Donald Trump. Could you stop while I go? When Donald Trump entered office with his rhetoric, you had no problem predicting, and you said like the reason I'll vote for him is because I know how Democrats are going to react to him, and they will shut down what he's doing, and therefore we win. You had no problem predicting then, but now when you're backed a little bit into a corner, and I'm asking you what you mean, suddenly you're like, how much? What specifics? What's that all about?
Yeah, I guess I'm just like, I can't predict the future. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm not trying to be backed into a corner. I'm just telling you what I think in the moment. So.
Okay, well, yeah. So then, if you don't have an answer to that, but you recognize that what Trump is prescribing for the for like with tax cuts and deregulation, you understand that will further bastardize the system.
Okay, deregulation.
Can you explain? Just wait till the end of my sentence. Just wait till the end of my sentence, my friend. If you know Donald Trump will fuck it up, you can't explain why Biden will. Then can you explain to me why Donald Trump is the better option here?
Okay, so we're gonna have to stop interrupting each other because we gotta define something. Deregulation, I think, is fundamentally incorrect to describe Donald Trump's economic policy.
Why?
So deregulation is the absence of government from markets. Correct? We can agree on that definition.
Sure. Yeah, broadly. Yeah.
Okay. So would deregulation look like supporting tariffs on foreign countries, or would that be regulation in your definition?
I don't think that's regulation.
You don't think that's regulation?
No, I mean tariffs act differently, right? So the tariffs are a response to other people, like to products from other countries, and we are the ones that pay the tariffs. So it increases the cost of goods for us.
But is it the involvement of government or the absence of government?
Sure, yeah. I guess you could say that, yeah.
Could say which one?
Oh, that it's the involvement of government, yeah.
Guys, 300,000 likes. We take the next
It wouldn't be deregulation then.
But I'm not talking about tariffs as deregulation. I'm talking about Donald Trump going into businesses and going into the corporate taxes and gutting them and taking out regulations. I'm obviously not talking about tariffs.
Do you think he should do that or no?
No, absolutely not.
Why?
Look at what happens when we deregulate. What happened to the middle class? The buying power is gone. What happened to poor people? They got more poor. What happened to the billionaire class? They've never been richer. Their lead on the rest of Americans is growing in astronomical numbers, ones that without massive government intervention will leave us essentially with an oligarchy where these billionaires hold all of the power.
And that all happened under Biden, correct? That's why I'm not voting for him.
Incorrect. That did not all happen under Biden. Yeah. And which is why I said at the beginning of this, what Biden is saying is what Biden is saying is that he needs to not only win the election, but he also needs the House and the Senate. There's nothing Biden can do about this right now. You can't executive order your way through the tax code. That's not how it works. We're going to need legislation on this, which means we have to have a majority in the House, and hopefully we can get to 60 votes in the Senate. Because the senators, they're just doing nothing also. They don't want to vote on anything. So yeah, not only do we need Joe Biden, but we also need House and Senate control, which he doesn't have now.
But all this bad stuff happened under Joe Biden, right? We can agree upon that.
No, I already said no to that.
Oh, I disagree.
Well, you're wrong.
We should have a conversation about that, then.
We are having a conversation about that. What the hell do you think we're doing here?
We also agree that Biden is not mentally capable, right?
Yeah, are you a doctor?
No, but I'm a person. I can look at a person in the eyes and
you can look somebody's eyes and check their mental capacity.
What can you diagnose them of? Okay, so
something's not clicking, right? I mean,
that's not like if something's not clicking.
Yeah.
Give me an example.
Dude, just the way he talks, the way he moves, the way he walks.
Those aren't examples. Those are generalizations. Give me an example.
I think we could also.
Okay, I guess I'll give you a specific example.
If you're talking about the way he moves, the way he acts, the way he walks, I could show you a lot of examples of how he's doing it very astutely, professionally, and a lot better than most people do. Go ahead.
I disagree with that. Did you see the video of him at the F7 gathering?
G7.
Welcoming the parish? Yeah,
G7.
G7.
Yeah, that video that we now know, they edited out the parachuters that he was waving to and pretended that he was waving at nobody. Yeah, I saw that one.
No,
You
like,
should ask yourself why you don't know that he was waving at parachuters. Why don't you know
dude,
that?
No, I'm saying after they landed, after the parachuters landed, he was still gazing off.
Yeah, he was over there talking to them and waving.
No, dude, look up the whole video.
Dude, I've seen the video. What are you talking about? What do you think he was doing? Waving at ghosts?
Dude, I think he's in La La Land sometimes.
Except for there were people over there that he was waving at. Why would you assume that Joe Biden is facing? Why would you? Why would you
reviews?
assume?
Hang on, let him finish.
Why would you assume that Joe Biden is waving at nobody? Why do you think you would assume that? It's out of the shot. The shot that you saw, it's out of, right? Because it's those shots were edited. They cropped out. Like they zoomed in and cropped it out so that you didn't see them.
Like,
so why? So the question is, you assume he's waving at nobody. We've all seen the pictures and videos showing he's waving at somebody.
Okay.
You think he's just waving at nobody? Is that what you think?
Come on, Jamie. Jamie, step it up. Jamie, how about a galaxy? Jamie, what do you think?
Ready?
Jamie, come on. Riz up RTP.
Yeah, that's the edited video. He's waving at parachuters. See, stop it. Go back 5 seconds.
He hasn't waved once.
Go back 5 seconds. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back.
I'm gonna go back all the way.
I'm
to
gonna
the
just
beginning.
listen for when I say pause. Keep going.
I'm gonna go back all the way to the beginning.
Keep go. Okay, go
This
for
is the
it.
beginning.
Okay, there's one of the parachuters from Canada.
Okay. He's over here. He's just walking.
And talking.
Not moving.
And
Nope.
talking.
Nope.
And talking.
Yes, he
And talking. And there's a wave and a thumbs up. And who the fuck is that? Who's that? Who's that guy? What's he folding up right there? Oh, is that maybe another parachuter that he just gave a thumbs up to?
Hey, can I say something about this? In RTP, it just dawned on me. Well, it didn't actually dawn. I watched this before, and what I realized is Joe Biden isn't looking at. Of course, everybody's looking at this one guy coming in, right? But you know who Joe Biden's looking at? He's looking at the guy packing the parachute because he probably reminds him of his son, maybe. Or what Joe Biden?
Which one? The one with cocaine in the White House?
Hang on. What Joe Biden does? Hang on. He recognizes. Hang on. He recognizes, and he's very nuanced in what he believes in. Right. So when he's looking at this person packing the chute, right? Everybody else is looking at this one person, but he's looking at the lowest of them all. What does that tell you about a person?
I want to know why you don't think he was wave. I want to know whatever. If you don't think he did a wave into a thumbs up, that's fine. I could see how somebody would say he just did a thumbs up. I don't even care. Why don't you think that he was talking to somebody? Why do you assume that he was giving a thumbs up to air and wandering away when we see in that clip that there's other parachuters there? Why would you not assume that he's talking to them?
About him getting guided off the stage.
Why would you assume that he's not talking to them? You know why? Because you don't care. You don't care about what's true. You don't like Joe Biden. You're a Trump supporter, which I think you're lying about your Trump support. You will be voting for Trump.
I'm not, man.
Literally everything that you've said today is just like parroting Trump propaganda. I don't believe you, and you can. I can be wrong. That's fine. I can be wrong.
You can be
but
wrong.
what you don't. But what you.
He said.
But whether you're voting for Trump, yeah, whether you're voting for him or not.
Hold
Hold on. Whether you're voting for Donald Trump or not, you are willing to believe lies about Joe Biden, which is a weird thing.
Dude, I'm telling you, just as off.
Yet
I don't
you
know,
weren't
like,
there,
you
and he's
can't look me
then
straight in
explain.
the eyes.
Then
If we were
who
standing
was he
there in
giving a
person,
thumbs?
you couldn't look
Who
me
was he
straight in the
giving a
eyes
thumbs
and
up
tell
to
me
then? Who
he's
was he
good,
giving a
man.
thumbs up to then?
You couldn't. You guys,
Who
seriously.
was he?
Both of
Who
you.
was he
Man to man.
giving a thumbs up to?
RTP.
Who?
RTP.
Who?
RTP.
No, answer the question, dude. I don't care.
RTP.
You can
I
ask your
couldn't
question
tell you.
after.
I'm asking
Who
you.
was he giving a
my answer.
Wait, it's not
My
your turn.
answer is I
Reviews.
don't know.
Just answer the question. Hang on. Just answer the question, please.
I did, and now I'm
And
asking
you can ask your
both
question.
of you
No,
guys.
answer.
Can you guys?
No, no.
You guys
Who
cannot
was
tell
he giving
me.
a thumbs up to?
Dude, I don't know. That's
Okay,
my
then
answer.
why did you assume that he
don't know.
wandered off and was talking to nobody?
Dude, doesn't it look like that?
No,
No,
it doesn't. It,
it-
looks
in
like
the
he's
video,
giving a
it looks
thumbs
like
up to a
he's-
parachuter.
The
It
guy
only
doesn't-
looks like
What
that
I-
to people who have already been conditioned to believe that he wanders off. The only people that think that he wandered off by watching that video are people who already think that's what he does. It was so obvious that what he was doing, like I saw the edited version first, and it was so obvious that like he was talking to somebody. But you guys are desperate for anything that
Do you
you can
think
put to
he's-
Joe Biden.
You don't think he's fit to like lead, do you?
Yes, I do. He's done a great job.
Man,
Yeah.
come on, dude.
Your guy's got a fucking brainworm, dude. Your guy's
Dude.
got a brain. Your guy's being sued by Tonga. They're suing him
Ooh, it's
because
Trump's not my guy, man.
Let me finish.
RFK is your guy. Remember, he's your guy. And the country of Tonga is saying like, hey, you've got blood on your hands, RFK, because he went over
For
there
what?
and told them not to be vaccinated, not COVID. I don't remember if it was measles. Somebody is gonna have to help me which vaccination he
what
convinced
you
him not to get.
I don't
And now
know.
they hadn't had cases for decades. Now they got 80 dead people.
Dude, I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's your guy, brainworm, anti-science guy, and you're going to talk to me about
not
Joe
right.
Biden?
That's not right. That if RFK actually did that.
Yeah, well, he did, and he also has a brainworm, and he also has no
What does a
plans. And if
brainworm
you
mean?
and if you go onto his website and try and read his plans, you will get no specifics.
What is brainworm?
He had a worm in his brain they had to remove.
Okay, what does that mean?
It means there was a worm in his brain.
Okay,
What do you mean? What, I don't know.
what
I don't know how to explain that more.
What's the result of that?
Well, there can be his result. They don't know. It's hard to tell.
Resulting in
But
our
like you could die, you could have a stroke. There's all sorts of things that could happen.
Okay.
Guys, if you're Republican, hop in the box. Only taking opposition at this time.
Alright, yeah, I gotta go.
100,000 likes. Go ahead.
Oh.
He said I have to go. I think is what he said.
Oh, he's got to go. Yeah, he was so nice too. Kinda.
That's nice.
Love that guy. And I mean, he did the best he could. Guys, if you're Republican, hop in the box. Only taking opposition at this time. Guys, don't worry about the likes. Just focus on the shares. Focus on the shares. Let's get to 1,000 shares, you guys. 1,000 shares. How about that? Hold and click the screen, copy and paste. You'll see a drop down. Invite every single person you can. The mutuals, and it certainly helps the algorithm. Susie, how are you?
Hey,
Hey, are you Republican or Democrat or independent?
I'm Republican.
Perfect. What's the number one reason you're not going to vote for Trump?
I am gonna vote for Trump.
Good try, Jeff. That's a good try.
Yeah.
Doggone it.
What's the number? I'm asking you. What's the number one reason that you are gonna vote for Biden?
Yeah, because he just brings back sensibility. He gets
Sensibility?
whoa, oh, and he gets bipartisan legislation passed.
He does. Like what?
PACS Act, Infrastructure Act, Inflation Reduction Act. Shall I go on?
You
And
shall,
so-
because none of that has
Yes,
happened.
funding,
yet.
record funding to HBCUs. RTP,
Keep
you want
going
to
on,
name a few?
honey. Keep
Whoa.
going on, honey.
Suze,
We got
Suze,
a live one
No,
on our
no,
hands.
No.
Suze, what if we agreed not to talk while each other was talking? Would that be okay
How
with
about
you?
that? How about that?
Okay.
Who am I talking to? RTP?
Yeah. What's up?
Oh my God, you're so cool, dude.
Thanks.
Yeah, tell me why you're gonna vote for Biden.
Well, actually, one of his air conditioners is broken, to be fair, so he's not
Okay.
Not as cool.
right in the middle right
But
now.
tell
but
me
I
honestly.
think he can
tell
actually
me,
afford to fix it, though, to be fair.
hey, listen.
Yeah.
Can we talk about something? Can
Sure.
we talk about like maybe Title IX? Is that maybe why you guys are voting for Biden? Can we talk about like the woke agenda?
Sure.
Can we talk about like the far left frame?
Sure.
Can
We
we
can
talk
talk. We
about-
talk about whatever you want, Suze. But can we talk about just one thing?
Dude. Okay, dude.
So
Let's
pick
talk
one.
about RTP. Let's talk about Title IX. What do you know
Let's
about
talk
it?
about it.
What do you know about it?
It was legislation introduced that basically made it so that men's and women's sports had to be equal at
Oh.
schools. Like you had to have the same amount of programs in each school. I think
And
it was
you
the
think-
60s or 70s, or maybe I don't remember what it was introduced. Let me look.
Yeah, really. So I'm
Okay.
just wondering if really you think that's fair to like women.
72.
Or,
Yes.
really?
What
Yeah.
do I think
That's
it was fair to women?
Women,
that
yeah.
That they got equal protection? Yeah, I do think that was fair.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you think that gay men, like in women's sports, is equal to women?
I think you meant trans men. You might be mixing
No,
up
I
trans.
think I meant gay men.
You meant gay?
men.
What,
Wait, what?
What, Seuss?
Gay, gay men,
You
RTP.
What is
said
it?
no.
What-
You said gay.
Wait,
RTP?
why are? Do you think that?
RTP?
Wait, do you
Can
think?
we get back to Title
Whoa,
IX?
Seuss.
Let's
Seuss,
get back on the topic.
Seuss, put down the sauce real quick.
Don't ask her about that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
RTP.
Don't
Can,
do it.
Yeah.
RTP.
Don't do
Can we
it.
get
Yes.
back to Title IX?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just
And
want it.
Biden-
Yeah, let's
What-
talk about it.
Hang on. Hey,
Biden-
Susie, what
Hey.
does Title IX make you want to vote for Trump for?
Because he's not going to allow men in women's sports. He's
Well,
not going to allow men in girls' bathrooms in elementary school. Like, you guys do you, but
What
you don't
is he
need to
gonna do
infringe
about it?
on me.
Seuss,
Ma'am,
you're
there's
doing
no
great.
men. There's no if a man does go into a woman's restroom and
Yeah.
that happens, but they're not men, right? They identify
not?
as women.
No,
No,
they're
they're
still men,
trans-
honey.
Seuss,
No,
let me
that's
ask you a
not-
question.
Alright, but that's just
Seuss,
a
hold on.
fact.
Let me ask you a question. Right now, if I shaved my face and I put on a dress and I went to Walmart and I put on a wig and some good makeup, could I go into the women's bathroom?
You guys are all like.
No, just Seuss, could you just
far
answer
left,
that question?
gay.
Seuss, set down the wine
gay
glass and let's have a
women.
discussion. Seuss, nobody cares. Nobody wants to hear you rant and rave. Let's talk like
Hun,
human beings.
hun,
Let's
hun.
talk like human
Hang
Nobody
on,
beings.
whoa, hang on, stop!
All right,
Everybody,
I'm
stop!
done-
right now.
I'm done with
cares?
Seuss.
Whoa,
Nobody-
whoa,
honestly-
Susie, stop! Hang on.
No,
Let's have. Can we have a
Mr.
conversation?
Rational
Okay.
debater.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Grecian formula. Grecian formula. Can we hold on and have a conversation for a second? Vidal
Yes.
Sassoon.
Yes,
Vidal
ma'am.
Sassoon. Thank you.
Yes.
Let's
Okay.
talk about why.
No,
you
slow,
think
Matt, can we? You got to slow it down. Just slow it down a bit, okay?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
I am
you're,
here.
you're here. I know, and
I'm
I
here.
appreciate you.
I
You're
would like
passionate.
to
Hang
know-
on, hang on. Suze,
She
okay.
can't. She can't stop.
You are passionate, and I appreciate that, and that's a lot more passion that than we usually get from the Republican Party. But is
Thanks.
this passion misguided? Maybe
Not
We're gonna. Whoa!
Not
This
really.
was a rhetorical question.
Grecian.
Okay.
Grecian.
Slow down.
I'm talking to you.
Slow down.
Grecian formula. I'm
Yes,
talking
I am
to
like
you.
a Greek god. I get it. I know. Grecian.
Okay.
Like
No,
very
it's
Greece.
Gre-
Greece-like.
It's
So
Vidal
here.
Sassoon. Is G, your hair smells terrific. It's why are you voting for Biden? If it's not for all of the gay Title IX,
All right.
far
the-
left
what?
woke
Ooh.
agenda.
Hey,
If
I
it's
don't
not
think-
Suze,
okay.
what is woke? Hold on,
If
Suze,
it's
define
not
woke.
if
Suze,
it's not
Suze.
RTP, hang on.
Honey.
Suze, will you just let her go for a sec?
RTP,
Honey. Okay.
if it's
Franzia,
not for the
Franzia.
far left woke agenda, what is it for?
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck
What
you're
has
talking
he
about.
done?
Honest to God, I have no clue what you're saying.
Honestly, what
Okay,
has he
Suze.
done?
You're a mess.
Okay, Suze, hang on. Okay, hang on. RTP, hang on. Whoa, Suze, I had to mute you. Okay, I want to have a discussion with you, but we're not getting anywhere. You're not listening. You're just responding because you're passionate, and I get it. Right? Slow down. I'm gonna unmute you, guys. I don't know. Here goes the finger. Guys, hit that like button. I'm about to unmute her. Okay. So Suze. By the way, I'm Jeff, and this is RTP. And RTP, if you want to tell your name, you can. I'm not going to. It's up to you. But we wanna have a discussion. And by the way, it's just a 1v1. So I want you to talk to RTP. But please, just calm down a bit.
They call me RTP, but Suze, you can call me anytime.
But don't call him twice, okay?
I really won't. Okay, I think I'm going to still call you Grecian formula. And RTP is, I don't know, Title IX. I guess that's what I'm going to do.
Hilarious.
Grecian and Title IX.
You did-
So anyway, I'm wondering why, besides all of the, far left woke agenda, why
Yeah.
you would vote for Biden. Do you think that Biden is legitimately mentally stable to run the country?
Yes,
Why? Tell me why.
because he's been running it since 2020.
No, it hasn't been him, honey. I don't think it's been him.
Susie, hang on. You already interrupted him. Just gotta let him
Oh,
finish, okay?
right. 'Cause
Wait,
he's
hold
been-
on, Suze. Who
he's
is running
been
the country
the
then?
country, right?
Who's running it, Suze?
It's Obama.
It's Obama, of
honey.
course.
It's
Yeah,
Obama.
of course it is.
It is
Oh,
Obama. Of course.
I got a nickname for
Who
you.
do you think
It's Franzia. That's your nickname.
Guys, at 200,000 likes, we'll take the next opposition.
Jesus.
200,000 likes.
You might want to say 300,000 because we're
RTP.
above it.
Yeah, you know what? That means I kick her now.
Yeah.
Guys, at 300,000 RTP, guys, 300,000 likes.
You're just drinking straight. You just got the nozzle straight into your mouth. You're not even bothering with with a glass tonight, are you? We're just going straight to the mouth. She's just getting a quick drink real quick.
I mean, I'm not sure if you were talking about me
No,
or her.
not actually. I'm just waiting to find out when you guys are actually gonna like talk politics.
What are you talking about? You just told me Obama's running the country, ma'am. With all due
He is
respect,
run-
what the fuck do you want me to say to that?
Okay,
You
so it's
lunatic.
Biden. It's really Biden that's running the country.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It is. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Do you have
Yeah,
any
sure
evidence that it's not, Suze?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, what is it?
RTP. Have you
What is
watched
it?
the news lately? Have you
I
watched
do.
the news?
Yeah,
Really?
sometimes. Yeah.
Do you? What
Is that
he
your
doing right
evidence?
now?
Is your
What he-
evidence just asking me to watch the news?
What is Biden doing right now?
I don't know. I'm talking to you, so I don't
Of
know
course
exactly
you
what he's
don't.
doing
Of course
right
you
now.
don't know. Of
Well,
course
do
you
you know
don't
what he's doing right now?
He's sleeping.
Oh my God. How many of your family members don't talk to you anymore? Like, honest to God, you're not invited to parties, right? Like, because you just fuck up the party.
No, I am. But are you? That's the question. Are
Yeah,
you?
I get invited to enough.
You
All
think
my
so?
friends are Republicans.
Really? So can we go back to talking about Title IX and how that's so good for the United States and why we should vote
Ma'am,
Biden in?
Suze,
Can we-
when was Title IX put into place? Do you know?
Can we talk about
Suze,
Title IX?
yeah,
now?
I'm trying to. Do you know when
No.
Title IX was put into place?
You tell me.
19 goddamn 72.
So what?
So why are you talking about it like
talking
Biden
about
put it in?
Biden is enforcing it.
Everybody's been enforcing it. All Title IX is, you don't know what you're talking about. Title IX is a program they started in the 70s because women's sports weren't getting any funding. So they basically told all of these colleges, you have to have the same amount of women's sports teams as male sports teams. And you know what happened when we put that in, Suze? A bunch of male sports went under. Like,
It's
where I...
It's
Well, it says Susan. Okay, Susan.
Susie.
Susie? Goddamn. All right, that's some mega spelling.
Susie.
I get you. I get you, my
It's-
friend.
Guys,
I get
guys,
you.
can we get RTP to 5,000 because
RTP?
this is
Susie, I get
dealing
you.
with
Susie,
this.
I apologize for messing
Guys,
up
at
your name.
5,000, we kick her. 5,000 gifts for RTP, we kick her. I promise. I promise. Look what he has to deal with. It's ridiculous. Sorry,
But-
Susie.
Yeah, Susie. Here's the thing. Title IX was just meant to give equal amount of sports teams to women and men. And when you're bringing up Title IX now,
Grecian
wait,
formula.
hold on,
You know
Susie,
what,
please,
Grecian-
for the love of
No,
God,
hold on,
please.
RTP.
Hold on, I was
You know what?
almost there.
You know what?
I'm
I can't-
almost
you know
there.
what? You know what, RTP?
Okay, Susie.
I honestly,
Woo!
RTP.
Well, I mean, Susie.
Whoa! I cannot have actual.
All right, guys, it's up to RTP. It's
when
up to
Grecian
RTP.
formula in
It's
the bag.
RTP, they got you where you need to be. Let me
John
know.
Travolta
Let me
is,
know.
like, trying to come on to every woman that's like he's like doing this like woo woo love you woo woo train.
That's a thing that hasn't happened. That
I
hasn't
can't-
happened once, Suze. And
I
I'm
can't
sorry that
take
he's not
Grecian-
hitting on you. But
Sorry,
have a
I
couple
can't
more
take-
glasses of wine and maybe
I
he'll
can't
hit on
take
you.
Grecian formula.
RTP?
I can't take him.
Yeah, I'm done.
I can't
Thanks,
take Grecian
Suze.
formula.
RTP, do you want to ask her one last question?
I do. Suze.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
What's-
it's Susie. It's
So-
Susie.
RTP, get it right. RTP, get it right. Get it right.
Susie.
Susie.
What is
It's Susie.
Susie?
Susie. It's
Susie.
Suzette.
What is your favorite part of the preamble of the Constitution?
Oh my God, what is it?
Say, and it's not the ramble before the preamble. It's just a little bit of a scramble in her mind. What do you guys think, guys? If I said something and we made a T-shirt, I think it would go. I mean, it might do well. Who knows, guys? You guys let's get to don't worry about the likes. Let's get to 1,000 shares right now. What do you guys think about that? Can we do that? In order to do that, don't take your fingers and listen. Take the path of least resistance, just like we do when we debate these triggered Republicans. Just tap the screen. You'll see a drop down. Invite every single person you see. It's quite simple, and simply it will help the live. Get us on the For You page. And are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Chat. Thoughts? Concerns? 1,000 likes.
I gotta smoke.
Guys, if you're a Republican, hop in the box. RTP, do that. I'll take the next one. I'll put them on ice for you until you get here, okay? Or let me know. Here we go. You got, guys, keep hitting that. Guys, 1,000 likes is the goal. There's almost 1,000 people right now. The more you like it, the more you will be fulfilled in your life. I promise. And if you want to be fulfilled, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Are you not going to hit the like button? Are you not going to be entertained? Are the views not going to go up? Are they going to go down? Are they going to go up? Are they a Donald Trump erection down? Or are they a Democratic erection up? And up into the sky, into an atmosphere full of unknown. And only we can go into the unknown if we know the known to be a convicted felon. Someone that's not so unknown, but quite known.
Did you say Democrat erection going up, up, up? Because I swear to God, that's what you said.
That's guys, put it on a t-shirt right now.
You were channeling Donald Rumsfeld.
He's channeling she.
You know what my reference to Donald Rumsfeld means?
No, I don't have time for you. Are you Republican or Democrat?
Independent.
Okay. Oh, okay. Wait. Are you more? No. Don't got to. No. Bad independent. We'll take the next triggered Republican, please, because she was a lot of fun. To be fair, it was exciting and it was fun, and I think the chat likes it. We've had enough kosher and so nice, and we've been so kind, but now it's time to get down to the nitty gritty. I only want MAGA. I only want Republican, and if you're not, I'm gonna kick you. So hop in the box, you MAGA, you Republican. Let's talk about why you're in a cult. And let's talk about why you don't understand words as well, by the way. So. Okay.
It's Suze.
Oh, shit. And by the way, that's not how you spell the name, Suze.
I like that she was upset that somebody's name is Suze and people didn't get it right. It's like, come on. What do you want us to do about that?
Oh, my God. Suze. So sorry. Maybe the morning mimosa isn't serving you properly. Oh my gosh. Guys, if you're Republican, hop in the box. There's plenty of opposition. Okay, you guys are triggering me full right now. Okay, Maddie, you sounded like you were going, like it was going ham there.
All right, sorry about that. Is it loud? Because I'm on a ship right now.
You're on a ship?
Yeah, I work on a towboat.
Wait. We'll talk about the ship you're on. We'll see. Are you Republican? Would you be voting for Trump or dude? Your mic? No, can't do it. Dude, your mic is. No, can't do it. Cannot do it. Guys, the one thing that fucks up the algorithm more is a fucked up, it's not your fault. You're on a ship and you're probably a local hero. Maybe you're probably in the Navy, and thank you for your service, sir. I appreciate you.
Jeff, a lot of people talk about ships, and a lot of people think ships are really valuable. Like, you probably think like a golden ship is really valuable, or like a silver ship is very valuable. But you know what the most valuable ship is, Jeffrey? Friendship.
Of course. Ian, land. It could be land. Fuck, is that an I or an L? Who knows?
It's Ian.
Pronounced Suze.
No,
it's fucking Ian. Get it right.
Say it was Ian then, or Ian? Which one did you say? Sorry, Ian. Nice to meet you.
You know English, brother?
I just didn't hear you, but yeah.
Okay, we got one on. We got a live one on, guys. I put a bobber out there, and it's not. It's being. We have a live one right now.
Yeah,
we're gonna
everybody
reel
put
this
the eye
one.
emoji. Come on now.
It's guys. We have a 20-pound test, and if not, we kick them. I'm just kidding. We don't kick anybody. Sorry about that, Ian. Go ahead.
All right. So far, what I've seen from some Trump supporters, some are a little bit.
How old are you? Wait, how old are you?
30.
Okay, you just sound like you're trying to make your voice sound older for some reason.
Yeah, it's okay. I look young too. So,
Wait, when was your birthday?
September 14, 1993.
All right, show me your social, your ID, and your credit card at the same time right now. No, I'm just kidding. You're good. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. You know how I go. Guys, keep hitting that like button. Let's get to 350. Just a light 350. Ian, are you gonna vote for Trump or Biden?
I'm full Trump supporter.
Why?
So for one, I'm a futurist, okay? So I support what he is talking about, what he's going to do.
Oh, okay. So, put homeless people in like camps and things like that.
In camps, okay. So that's where you're
The
misconstruing.
dictator on day one. I'm misconstruing it. So he says something, and then I misinterpret it. Just like he said something on January 6th, and everybody marched down to the Capitol.
Yeah, you misconstrued that too.
Misinterpreted what I was saying. I didn't mean like go and break into the Capitol. No.
Did he ever say to break into the Capitol?
That's what I'm saying.
No, he didn't.
That's what he just said.
I
bud.
know.
That's what he just said. Like what he's saying is we've all heard it. Like, but you said you're a futurist.
Yeah,
I have questions. I have questions about that.
Go ahead.
Doesn't that open you up to just being lied to?
No, because I know in order to know future, you got to know past, and there's liars in the past.
Do you know the future?
Okay, so when someone says they know the future, they're not trying to say that they can predict the future, you know?
Yeah.
There's a trajectory for what's going to happen in the future, right?
What's the trajectory right now?
It's up. It's like it's progressive. It's progress to become better than yesterday, right?
Okay, so and you don't want any more progress. You want
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, we're becoming better than yesterday by putting this guy in prison.
Wait, okay, so then I'm not sure what you're saying. So you said you're a futurist, you believe in the America that like Donald Trump is presenting, which is what?
Future.
No, I know that that's in the future. I'm not confused by that part. You said the stuff that he's going to do. What are you talking about? What specific stuff are you going to talk about?
Okay, so have you heard of the new sector of the SP 500?
The S&P 500?
Yeah, the new sector that's coming.
I don't know what you're referencing. Can you be more specific?
All right, so the new sector. Have you heard of Web 3.0?
No.
Why not? Have you heard of one?
I don't know why I haven't heard of something. Obviously, if I haven't heard of it, how the hell would I know why not?
Can you count?
Yeah, I can count.
All
you
right,
want me to count to 300?
No, just count to 3.
1, 2, 3.
So there was a Web 1.0. There was a Web 2.0.
Cool.
We're going into Web 3.0.
What does that mean? Like obviously 3.0 was the third version, but what does that mean? What's Web 3.0?
Okay, so it's an innovation of the internet.
Yeah, that's just what does it mean?
So everything uses the internet, including money, banks, everything, businesses.
Yeah, we do that now. But what is Web 3.0? What's going to be different from 3.0 versus 2.0?
So most websites, they're centralized, right? By like Cloudflare or like some centralized server system, right?
You mean do most websites have a server?
Yeah,
they're hosted on? Yeah, that happens.
Yeah. And the main one's Cloudflare.
Cool.
So in the future, you can literally create a website that's decentralized. You're the sole owner.
Oh, so we're talking about decentralized internet, like the stuff that kind of the stuff that what's his name? Jack Dorsey wants to do. We're talking about that?
Yeah.
I think it's silly to think that Donald Trump would usher that in. You're talking like a decentralized internet is like the future of socialism, right? Like that allows you to own all your own production, own all your own content. Like these massive tech companies don't own your content and pay you anymore. Like, yeah, decentralized internet is far from a Republican ideal. Are you out of your mind?
How is it? How is that decentralized from the system? That's what Republicans want.
No, it's not. Who wants that?
At least Trump supporters.
Oh, but which person in government is promoting that idea?
So Trump is promoting that idea.
When? When did he promote that idea of a
Recently.
decentralized internet? What did he
He's pro
say?
Bitcoin. He's pro Bitcoin. He's gonna speak.
That's not
with it.
decentralized internet.
It is.
No,
'Cause
it's
it-
not.
you
No,
understand
that's a
Bitcoin?
cryptocurrency that exists on the
Okay.
internet now. It's
No.
and do we have a decentralized internet? No.
No,
So
we don't.
obviously that's not decentralized internet. It's a
No, it's not.
cryptocurrency.
But do you know what a cloud is?
I know what a cloud is, but I'm asking you the question. When did Trump say he wants a decentralized internet?
Okay, he never said that, but he's supporter.
Oh,
of Trump.
okay, yeah.
He's a supporter. Trump is a supporter of Bitcoin.
What is that? He doesn't. First of all, he doesn't have a fucking clue what Bitcoin is all about. He has no idea. He just knows that that's popular with his people. But you're talking about internet, whatever it was, Web 3.0, and I keep asking you what it is, and so far you've told me it's like the future of internet, and
Can I
then
speak
Donald
now?
Trump supports it, and then I'm like, wait, Donald Trump doesn't support it, and you're like, yeah, he doesn't support it, but
Can I speak?
you can, yeah. This is how this works. We take
So, like,
turns.
you're just explaining to me that you don't understand.
No, I'm
which-
explaining that what you said makes no goddamn sense.
Which means you don't understand.
Oh, okay. Yeah, explain it to me.
So basically, Bitcoin is the first decentralized asset, right? It's not. No bank owns Bitcoin, right? It's decentralized. No,
No bank owns Bitcoin. That's correct.
so it's decentralized from the central banking system.
Great, but it's not internet, and we're talking about decentralized internet.
Sure.
Sure.
But do you know what blockchain is? This is like first.
Yeah, I know what a
created
blockchain
Bitcoin.
is, but how the fuck does this have to do with Donald Trump supporting the decentralized internet?
You can literally create a server.
Brother,
On the
Donald
blockchain.
Trump does not support a decentralized internet. Can you?
If he supports Bitcoin, yes, he does.
Guys,
No,
at
he
350,000, on to the next one.
What's he gonna do to usher in a decentralized internet? What's the plan of attack here?
By supporting Bitcoin.
What, are you gonna vote for Bitcoin? Just if he says I like Bitcoin, then suddenly we will usher in Web 3.0.
Bitcoin is ushering in. We're already in Web 3.0 right now.
We're in Web 3.0, so we have a decentralized internet now.
No.
Then how the fuck is
There's multiple.
What?
there's mul-
Bro,
Dude,
this
you're
is
not
crazy.
even listening. You're not even listening.
I'm trying my best. I swear
You're
to
being
God,
a
this
clown.
doesn't make
That's what you're
sense.
doing.
Well,
He's
it's
li-
because
but
what you're
Ian,
saying
here's
is
the problem. He's really actually listening quite thoroughly and responding to what you're saying.
He's like the class clown in school. Like, he didn't want to listen. He just wants to make fun of.
I'm
shit
not
he
making
doesn't
fun.
understand.
Dude, you can't explain your ideas. That's not on me.
Okay.
That's on you. What you're
Yes,
feeling
that
right
is on me.
now, why I'm laughing is because every time I ask you a question, you can't answer it. But you're absolutely certain you know. I'm only asking you questions. I'm not even arguing with you. I'm listening to what you say, and then I ask questions about what you say, and you don't have answers to that.
Just
This
pretend.
is not a
Ian,
me
do
problem.
you feel like this hasn't been fair?
No, it's been fair.
Thank you. Well, there you go.
Like nobody
Oh.
knows what you're talking about. Honestly, nobody
Honestly,
does.
most people don't understand it. So
Is it possible then maybe since you can't explain it and nobody understands it that maybe just maybe since you can't explain it, maybe it's not real.
There's
Maybe
people
what
that
you
can
believe
explain it
isn't
better
really
than me,
going to
obviously.
happen.
But what I'm trying to explain is, if you don't know what Bitcoin is,
I know what Bitcoin is.
what is it to you? What is it to you?
It's a cryptocurrency.
That's it?
That's it. That's what it is. It's a cryptocurrency.
It's not a currency.
What is it's not a cryptocurrency?
Well, it's a
So
currency.
can I buy something with Bitcoin?
Can you buy something with gold?
Wait, what is Bitcoin?
Yes,
Hang on,
and
hang on.
gold has been used as currency.
Okay.
Gold
Ian,
was
okay,
currency
what is
before
your
paper was
explanation of
currency.
Bitcoin? Go ahead.
I'm just trying to get to know. he's not letting me explain.
No.
Let's not
Let's
letting me
stay.
explain.
Wait, let's stay here. Do you think that currency is just paper money?
No,
Well, then why'd you bring up gold? Because gold was currency.
it is currency, or it was currency. You can actually buy a car with gold.
So why is Bitcoin not currency?
I'm not saying it's currency, but it's not as.
You said it wasn't
You
currency.
can definitely buy a Tesla with Bitcoin.
Yes.
Or Dogecoin too, maybe.
So
Yes,
how's
you
that
can.
not currency then, Ian?
I didn't say it wasn't. I'm just
You
saying.
did say that. You
the
actually
US
did
dollar,
say that.
The U.S. dollar is more efficient in spending than, like, say, a bar of gold, right?
Yeah, and Bitcoin. It's also more efficient than Bitcoin because it's more universally adopted. That's how this works. The currency that's most universally adopted will get used the most. Currently, that is U.S. like that in the United States. That's our currency. And if Bitcoin ever gets bigger than our currency, then that's probably what people will go to. But again, I'm asking you the question, how does Donald Trump support a decentralized internet?
He said so. He's going to speak at the...
No, he didn't. You said he didn't say that. You said he supports Bitcoin.
Let me talk. You're over talking.
No. I'm asking... Brother, you've already admitted that he didn't say this. You don't get to go back on it now.
Are you saying? Let me explain, brother.
I'm not asking you to explain. I'm asking you, did he say that?
He did say it.
350. They're saying 350.
He said it multiple times. He's going to speak.
Give me one time he said it, that he supports a decentralized internet.
3 times.
Well, I Googled it, and I don't have a single quote of him saying he supports a decentralized internet. So what's your source?
Misconstruing what I'm saying, brother. Again.
Yeah, it's me. Yeah.
You're like Susie. I'm telling you. Anyways, so I'll give you the connection. I'm not going to teach you about Bitcoin.
I'm not, brother, you don't know anything about any of this. Don't tell me about what you're going to teach me. Answer a question. No. Answer a question.
You don't know
what's your source? Donald Trump, you said multiple times, has said he supports a decentralized internet. What's your source for that?
A decentralized... You have to know Bitcoin, brother. That's first grade.
I don't have to know Bitcoin to read Donald Trump saying I support a decentralized internet. You don't have to know what those words mean.
Okay,
but he didn't say it.
He never said those exact words.
Yeah, he said I support Bitcoin.
Yes, he said.
Yeah, that doesn't mean I support a decentralized internet.
Then you don't know Bitcoin.
Well, they don't know Bitcoin. No, I don't
you guys get RTP to 7 and I kick him. Get him to 7 and I kick him. Or I kick him now.
All right, what's the US dollar backed by?
Have a good one, man.
What's the US dollar backed by?
It's mostly no. Why RTP? Why are you in my head right now? What is the fuck is going on right now? Well, buddy, thank you for coming. I appreciate you. And it's weird though. Isn't 30 the new 50? Right? I mean, his ideals are dusty and old. Where is Stacy, guys? Where is Stacy when you need her? Stacy, calling Stacy. Woohoo! Let's give her a woofer-woo. Guys, keep hitting that like button. Guys, I'm sorry if I make terrible jokes sometimes. You're going to have to forgive me. I do apologize. Guys, but try to get us to the goal, maybe 400,000, and I'll just shut up about it after that. If you're Republican, hop in the box, only taking opposition at this time. Here we go. Some interesting debates, to be fair. All over the place here. Care Bear. Okay. Let's talk about it. Guys, if you're Republican, hop in the box, always taking opposition at this time. Let's get the 200. No, I'm just kidding. Let's get the 360,000 likes. Love you guys. Care about you guys too, by the way. Care Bear. Wait, did I say I care about my chat because your name is Care Bear? Thoughts? Care Bear. Oh, he said, guys, you can't hear him, but he said he was basically, do not vote Republican. And I'm pretty sure I agree with him.
I heard that too. I heard it.
Yeah, he's like a whippoorwill. Woo-woo. Okay, Stacy, come on in. We're gonna give Stacy about 10 seconds. Chat, what do you think? So Stacy, hop in the box. Does she have the intestinal fortitude, the bravery of the Republican Party, or are they fizzling off? Are they cooling down? I think they might be. Look at this. She's not coming. You know what? And listen,
it's probably not unusual for her.
Listen, it's not her fault. Stacy is a champion of the Republican Party, and she cannot bear the weight of the entirety of the Republican Party, and that's what she's doing. And certainly it gets heavy because if you have to carry this man on your back, it's going to be a short trip and sore knees, if you know what I'm saying. Guys, if you're Republican, hop on the bus.
But when you look back and you see only one set of footprints, I was carrying you. Just want you to know that.
And carrying is a bit of a Karen. What do you think?
Hello.
Hey, are you Republican or Democrat?
Yes, I am. I'm Republican and I'm MAGA.
Oh, okay. Say less. Say less. Say less. Are you a Democrat or no? I'm just kidding. Why are you gonna vote for Trump?
I feel that he's a better leader than Joe Biden. I don't even think Joe Biden is in control.
Yeah, are you like someone that's in control, Big Daddy? No, I'm just kidding. Guys, can we get to 370,000?
No, so what I mean by that is
Listen, when I
Barack
say
Obama
trigger,
said out of his
can you
own
not-
mouth
okay,
that if
sir,
you had an
sir.
earpiece.
Whoa, excuse me.
Sorry.
I was trying to Riz up the live here, just a touch. Guys,
Sorry about that.
Okay, you're not sorry because you keep interrupting. Guys, can we get to 370,000 likes? Because I said something really triggering and a little bit nice, but a little dicey. So keep hitting that like button. Let's protect the live. Go ahead,
Yes.
Alpus.
It's actually Alpolis Sliman.
They do it, guys. What is going on? They're like, it's actually. Wait, are you fucking around?
No, not at all.
Wait, why are we getting corrected on every single?
Wait, his is a hard one. In all fairness, this one is.
Well, my
hard,
name
right?
is
Yeah.
hard to pronounce. That's the only reason why.
Well, that's the only thing that's hard about you. So here's let's talk it, right? And it's not your debates, and it's certainly not your.
What a bully.
So, did you hear what I said about Barack Obama and what he said about the earpiece and telling people that he could do his third term? That's not a conspiracy.
It's not? What is it? Tell me about it. Barack
No, I just told you.
Obama
There's a
said-
video that he literally said it out of his own mouth.
What did he say?
He said if he had an earpiece and he was in the basement, that he would tell the next president what to do.
Does he have an earpiece and is he in the basement?
How in the world would I know? All I know is that he's on his third term right now. You really think Joe Biden?
Joe Biden's president right now.
No, he's not.
Do you want me to actually play you the video, or you just want to like retract what you said? Go ahead.
I can retract it. That's fine. I don't care.
That's probably
I'm
not
telling you
bad.
that Joe Biden's not running this country. That's a fact.
Why do you guys? Can I ask you a question? This is, I think, one of the really difficult things that we have a problem with in this country, and I think it is specific to MAGA currently. You guys say things like "it's a fact" to things that are not facts. If it was
How is it not obvious?
Whoa,
no,
hang on,
wait,
Albert,
seriously.
Just stay with me. Stay with me.
Hang on. You just
Stay with me. It is not a fact, and it is not obvious to anybody who isn't.
Okay,
in
that's
the
your opinion.
I wasn't done. You haven't even heard my opinion. It's not obvious to people who aren't MAGA.
Well, I can agree with that, but I'm saying that.
So is it possible then that maybe your reality is distorted and not ours? I can admit that.
No, that's not
Wait,
possible.
hold on. Yes, it is.
That's
That's
not possible.
absolutely
No, it's
insane.
not.
That's an insane thing to say. That the arrogance there. I'm going to tell you, it's entirely possible that you're right and I'm wrong. How would we go about figuring out who was right and who was wrong?
Just because someone says someone's right doesn't mean you make it right.
How would we figure it out?
I'm gonna call you out. Can you just answer his question, please?
Yes.
Hang on, buddy. Like, you can ask RTP all the questions you want. Let's go down this line of questioning. Then after that, you can take him down the line of questioning. I promise. But let's just go with it because he's asking you really good questions based off your own logic.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
just say,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear him.
Yeah, let's just say you and I live together, and we got to live together for 5 years. So we sit down at the table and we're like, look, we got to figure this out. You're MAGA, I'm not. One of us is right, or the truth is somewhere in the middle. How do we figure out what the truth is?
That's actually really hard because I don't trust the media. I don't trust the 30 networks that say verbatim word for word.
So then how do we figure it out?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not really sure, to be honest.
I agree with you, and I think that this is one of the issues that we have. You've been entirely convinced of things, and that like Barack Obama's in the basement, and you have chosen never to believe anything from somebody that you consider left-leaning, a news source that you consider left-leaning. You've been told over and over that everybody's lying to you, that it's fake news. And you've been
I don't like Fox News either.
I know because Trump doesn't. but everybody, you've all been conditioned to, and Donald Trump has said this multiple times.
I can tell you
you
why.
Don't need
Rupert
news,
Murdoch.
You need me. You guys.
You know that? No,
Wait,
I said the reason why I don't like Fox News is because Rupert Murdoch. He's not a Donald Trump supporter.
Yeah, exactly. You only
Nice
listen to
pivot.
people who support Donald Trump. And this is how we have a problem, because you and I can never get to the truth of anything unless I just believe what you say. You and I can't have a conversation where we look at the facts and you have an opinion that is based on the facts. No matter what data I give you, no matter what you are told, you have a strong desire to believe Donald Trump. And whoever believes Donald Trump, you believe. And if they say that they don't like him, you no longer believe them. How the fuck are we supposed to fix that as a country? How are we supposed to fix that I can't have a conversation with you because you love Donald Trump?
Well, I can tell you, I have conversations with my friends, and they're not Republican or for
I'm
Donald
talking
Trump.
about me and you. You and I can't even come to an
I don't
agreement
know.
on
You
what
said you
things
have Republican friends.
Well, let's do this. Let's do this topic. I assume you believe the election was stolen, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay. In every court case in this country where
Mhm.
they have gone before the courts, not a single court has said the election is stolen. All of the evidence is on my side. You have none, and yet.
Okay, I could say that criminals protect criminals.
Let me just finish. Let me finish. And yet, you have chosen to believe exactly what you're about to say. A conspiracy theory. Now tell me why you don't believe.
No, that's not
all
a
the
conspiracy
courts. Well,
theory.
then tell me why you don't believe all the courts.
I just said criminals protect criminals.
Who are the criminals that are protecting Donald Trump?
The government, they're corrupt.
Well, so these judges that were appointed by Donald Trump, Republican
Yes,
judges?
yes, the George Soros appointed attorneys. Yes.
No, Donald
I'm
Trump.
not a fan of George
Soros.
Soros.
I'm talking about Donald Trump appointed judges.
Let's get
Judges
the shares
that
to
Donald-
1,000. Shares
Sorry.
to 1,000, please, guys. He's getting heated up, so let's get the shares heated up just a touch.
You're talking about what?
I'm talking about court cases where the judge was a Donald Trump appointee. Donald Trump put that person in that position and they ruled
Okay.
against him. Why should I believe your story over 60 court cases?
I'm not sure why they would go against him. That makes no sense.
Yeah, it only doesn't make sense to you because you believe that it was stolen, but the evidence is entirely...
I know it was stolen. I could tell you. I could tell you that there was blank serials.
Hold on.
That illegal immigrants were voting and other.
My friend, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
No, you do not know.
Let's slow down just a touch.
You think that it was stolen.
No,
but
I
again,
know.
Slow down.
But again, you don't know Donald Trump, right? You don't know him.
So you never saw the mules?
You don't know him, right? You don't know Trump, right?
You didn't see the mules.
You said I don't know him?
Yeah, you don't know him, right?
What do you mean I don't know him?
Do you know
You
him?
mean in person?
Yeah.
What do I mean?
Yeah, in
You mean
person.
like
know
a
him?
friend or something?
Yes.
I've never met him in my life.
Okay, so then what fact checking have you done on Donald Trump so that you can believe him? How do you fact check him?
I don't fact check. What are you talking about? Why would I fact check him?
Republican hop in the box. Only taking
MAGA.
this time.
Yeah, you don't fact check. That's the point. That's and that's
No,
why
I don't
you
fact
can't-
check. I hate
likes,
fact
we
check.
take the next opposition.
I think it's dumb.
1,000 likes.
You hate fact checking? You hate trying to get
Yes,
the right
I think
answer?
fact checking is the dumbest thing that's ever happened.
But the smart thing is
He
just
fucking
believe.
he
The
hates
smart
that
thing is just
fact
believing
checking.
people, right?
No, I'm saying that the fact checkers, right? What gives them the right to be able to fact check anything?
My
What,
God.
where
Brothers,
they get their
right
Hold
information?
on,
check
hold on,
facts.
hold on, my friend. I didn't say go to a fact checker website. I said, how do you fact check? How do you check what he's saying is true? How do you know that what he's saying is true outside of you just believe him?
All that he said is true. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm asking you how you fact check. How do you know that what he said is true?
There's people that agree with what he's saying. What in the world? That makes no
Yeah,
sense.
so there's people that agree with him and agree with your
Yeah,
opinion.
the border
and
is
you go with
terrible.
it.
It's
there
true.
you go. Well, this is the point. This is why this is why we can't have a conversation, because you just believe anybody who believes Donald Trump. This is crazy, dude.
No, I'm telling you, if you hear from people from the border that the border is open, then it's obvious that there's illegal immigrants coming into the country.
Well, guess what, my friend?
What did he say?
I live in a border state. If I go
So do
to the
I.
border right now, you have to wait in line to come across. And all the people.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm
and
talking
all
about
of
the
the
bars.
people and all of the people currently that are down in Texas waiting in line to come across the border are here legally.
I'm not talking about
They
that. I'm
are
talking about people saying that the bars are
seekers.
welded
Buddy, you
open.
can't interrupt him though. That's the thing. Go ahead, RTP.
Well,
Sorry.
who put those bars up there? Did Trump put some of those up there?
No, you're not listening. They were
Did
welded
Trump
shut.
put some
Somebody
of them
welded
up
them
there?
open.
Did Trump put some of that up there? I guess his perfect wall didn't work. Is that right?
I just told you they unwelded the wall on
Oh,
purpose.
Welded it. They sweat it out.
Unwelded the wall on
What
purpose.
is this? What is this when they unweld it? What is this unwelding process?
But either way, let's
All
get
I'm
back.
saying is it used
Sorry,
to
my
be
bad, my
secure, and now the stupid thing's wide
Guys,
open.
Then why did Donald? Then
Can
why
I say
did Don?
it's either at 400,000 likes or get RTP to 6,000, whichever comes first. He's gone. Next opposition. There's a lot of people. In the
You
box.
said what?
If you're a Republican, hop in the box because the time is nigh, and certainly when it becomes nigh, you must hop in the box, and we can talk about it. What are you going to do about that? Because if it's the last time, you have to. Sorry about that. Go ahead. Keep it going.
You're okay.
I'm trying not to cut you off.
When Donald Trump left office, about a week before he left office, and he wrote an
Yes.
executive order saying that these migrants from Venezuela are here because of my administration's actions. And so they get to stay here, and we're not going to send them back to Venezuela because we destabilized Venezuela, and now we have a crisis at our southern border. When that happened, why didn't you criticize him then?
I'm not mad about that.
You're not mad about that.
No.
These are the same people that are at the border now. Why aren't you?
I don't agree.
That?
I don't agree with that.
I mean,
Well,
I gotta say that the chat has spoken. You guys can finish. You guys have 1 minute, and then you gotta go. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you for taking me.
No. I would just say this, brother. Like, if friend to friend, somebody who used to be a Republican, who used to just wholesale believe shit, you came up in front of 900 people, and you told everybody, I don't care about facts. All I care about is if the person I listen to also believes Trump. I believe Trump, and I only listen to people who believe Trump. And that is like the most sheep thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, you just came up here and you're like, I am 100% cucked to Donald Trump.
Well, no, I'm basically telling you that it's inevitable. Donald Trump's going to win 2024. It's inevitable.
I don't think you know what that word means.
Yes, inevitable means it's going to happen no matter what, people like.
Here's the last question. Since you want to keep asking crazy questions. Well, actually, I'm going to let you down easy. Thank you. Have a great night. Appreciate you. Come again, brother. And by the way,
thank you
guys. Yeah, he has a live. Oh, he was trying to say thank you. And listen, I know what you were about to say. You know what? This is what he was going to say. I'll predict it. He was going to say, thank you guys for having me up. And I learned a lot. And I think I might actually be a Democrat after talking to you. Listen, this is hearsay, or this is just projection, whatever, or conjecture. Might I say that, guys? RTP hosts a live every single day, every morning from 9:30 to 12:30 Pacific Standard Time. And listen, if you're there and you're really spicy, sometimes he'll go to 1. Ask for the secret menu. I'm just saying, guys. Listen, if you're guys, can we get to guys? The goal is 500,000 likes. Guys, you know what 500,000 is? And if you do, you know what it takes to get there. And if you know what it takes to get there, what are you going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? Are you not entertained? Seriously, guys, seriously? I mean, this is a great live, and it's not because of me. And it's probably, guys, don't anybody look at RTP, but it's seriously, don't anybody
it's
tell.
Suze did this.
I love Suze. And guys, by the way, he also has a Cash App and Venmo. Just check it out. It's very spicy too. Guys, if you're Republican, hop in the box. Only taking opposition at this time. As if you're not Republican, I'm really gonna be pissed off if you come in the box. Like, trust me, I will be full triggered. And you don't want to see me when I'm full triggered, I promise you, because it gets really spicy. Chat, don't say it. I know, do not say it, chat. Do not say it. If you want to see me full triggered, don't, just stop. Apple.
Hey, what's up?
Orange, you're gonna vote for Biden?
Am I gonna vote for Biden?
Okay, knock. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. Are you gonna vote for Biden or Trump?
I'm not voting for Biden, no.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna? Okay, perfect. Are you gonna vote for? Okay, fine. Why are you gonna vote and make the worst mistake of your life? And no, I'm just kidding. Why are you gonna vote for Trump? No, I don't want to do that. I'm not trying to poison the well. I love this guy.
Actually, listen, I'll be, just for the sake of transparency, I'm actually not going to vote for Trump either. But hear me out. You don't have to kick me out just yet.
No. I do. No. You're bad. Naughty. Look at they try. He's like, I'm not. Don't do it, guys. Guys. It's late. I don't want to hear. I love you. By the way, follow. I'll let you in next time. But towards the end of the live, like, I only want the spicy ones in. So if you're a spicy Republican and a little bit dicey, right? And when you roll the dice, you always lose. I'm talking like that's the thing, right? And I mean, do they always, guys? If they're 500,000 likes,
can I say something real quick? Just for anybody that if we haven't interacted before, and you want to watch our show either to come up and debate or just watch it, just know this is my backup account. Earlier today, I got reported on Jeff's live, so I had to switch accounts. So we host our live on RTP Talks. So just know that this account is not the account where we do our lives, if you're looking to join that at some point.
You guys follow his main account, by the way, BT Dub. And guys, keep hitting that like button. It's really nice. Thank you for all the shares too. Guys, you guys are so great. I have the greatest tappers, the greatest chatters, and the most fantastic people I've ever seen. And by the way, I've seen a lot of great people, and of course, here's one of them. But you guys are top tier. To be fair, chat. What do you think?
Hold on, I need to read something. QAnon conspiracy theorists, Alpolis Slyman, which is the name of that person that we had up a few minutes ago, and I don't know if this is him. This could be some. Maybe he's using the name. Pushed his Honda Odyssey past 110 miles per hour while his 5 children screamed in the back of the minivan, and police officers from 2 states pursued him down the highway. This is the man who we saw the video of him after he's pulled over saying, "Donald Trump, I need a miracle," or something. Well, it's QAnon help me. QAnon help me. So I don't know if that was him. I'm going to guess it's not because this guy probably is in jail, but now I get the reference. That's absolutely insane.
Well,
is that you, Alpolis? Is that you for real? That's crazy.
Guys, if you're a Republican, hop in the box. Only taking opposition at this time. Try to get us to 450,000 likes. But guys, the goal is 500,000, and we're winding down. But are we? Are we really? 500,000, and then we could talk. We could talk turkey, right? And listen, there's a lot of turkeys that are gonna probably hop in the box. And here's the thing: you can gobble, but you can. It's not going to be much of a gobble if it's Trump's novel. If you know what I'm saying, guys. To be fair, don't judge me. Don't judge me. No, don't judge me there. It's not fair, guys. To protect the live, because I'm what I say is so ridiculous. Keep hitting that like button, okay? Let's get us to 500,000 likes. And oh man, woo, woo. Bud, how are you? Hey, Bud. Good. This is perfect because I like calling people Bud anyway. This is going to be really good. Bud, hey, Bud, what's the #1 reason you're going to vote for Trump?
I could never support a racist like Joe Biden.
Oh, shit, dude. I was about to kick you, and then I was like, oh, okay. Because I thought you were about to say you couldn't support a racist like Trump.
No, there's no evidence of that.
Why do all of the hateful white nationalists, Boogaloo Boys, so many others only support Trump? Like, why is it coinkydink maybe?
I don't know, but I know that Robert C. Byrd, who was a Klan member, he was Joe Biden's mentor.
When did they become friends? But when did they become friends?
Oh, so let me guess. Robert C. Byrd was the good Klan member. Why don't you go ahead and defend a Klan member now? That's typical Democrat.
We want to
That
have a
was the good
conversation.
Klan member,
It's all
right?
right. It's all right, Jeff. Yeah,
And,
but do you want to have?
you know, you
But
can't go
but are
into
you
a
interested?
7-Eleven
But are you
without an
interested in a
Indian
conversation,
accent,
or
right?
do you just want to hear yourself talk? Which one do you want to do?
We've heard all your garbage, but the
Well, then
truth
get the
is,
fuck out of here. Nobody wants to
the
hear from
truth
you.
is, I mean, you
Nobody's
can't
here
go
to
into an Indian
nobody's here to listen
store.
to you,
You
sweetheart.
can't go into a 7-Eleven without a
put it.
slight Indian accent.
Put
Joe
a shirt.
Biden.
First of all, put a shirt
The
on.
racial
Second of
jungle
all,
comment,
I'm
Joe
done with
Biden.
this guy. I'm done with it.
Of course you
All
are.
right, Bud.
Because you don't
Hey,
want to hear
Bud,
the
hang
truth.
on, Bud, hang on. See,
Crime bill,
wait,
Joe
Bud, are you
Biden.
trying? Hang on, Bud. Are you honestly trying to get kicked right now? Are you nervous? Is that
No,
what's-
I'm honestly just telling you the truth, and you
Okay,
can't handle
okay.
it. Trump's
Okay, hang
racist,
on,
even though he's
okay.
dated women from
Slow
every
down,
nationality.
Bud. Slow down. The way we do it on this live is we make one point at a time, and then we talk about it. Is that okay?
Well, let's start out with Robert C. Byrd and Joe Biden.
Okay,
Terrific.
whoa.
Let me respond to that then. Will you be quiet while I
No,
respond,
I have
Bud?
to hang on, Bud.
Yeah,
do
sure.
you agree
Explain
to
how
the,
that's
Appreciate.
a
No,
Klan
Bud. This
member.
is I
you
will.
agree to the terms, Bud?
All right, Bud.
Thank you.
So
Yes.
Robert Byrd was a born and raised Klan member. Born and raised. Eventually, later on in his life, he had a change of heart, and he spent the rest of his life openly fighting
Good.
against the Klan, and that's when he became friends with Joe Biden. And yeah,
Hilarious. That good Klan member changed his ways.
correct.
Yeah, we'll
That's
jump through
fucking funny.
circles. Circles.
Wait, what are you laughing about?
Do
Wait,
mental
what's so
gymnastics
funny
to
about
defend
that?
this guy.
Hang
Well,
on,
do you
Bud.
know? Do you know that he didn't change, Bud? Are you saying
Hey.
he didn't change?
Did Donald Trump call?
I'm just
any
wondering. No,
white
Bud. We're gonna stay on
supremacist his
subject,
mentor?
Bud. We're
Did
gonna
he
stay on
did he call
subject.
any white
Wait,
supremacist?
let's answer. Hang on, RTP. Let's answer
Let's stay on
these questions. Hang on.
I'm actually. I'm done.
Racial
I'm done
jungle.
with Bud. I don't give a fuck. Bud,
All right,
go.
RTP. You want to ask him one last question though?
He didn't want Hunter.
Yeah,
on the
where's
school
your
bus with
shirt?
black
Where's your
kids.
Hang
shirt?
on, hang on, Bud. Just listen for 1 second. Okay, Bud. Hang on, Bud. We really want to hear from you. Okay. Everybody in the chat saying like, let Bud talk. Okay, that's what they're saying. I promise. Now, Bud, RTP has one question, and then just answer it fully. You have 3 minutes to answer the question the best way you can. 3 minutes.
What do
Go
you
ahead,
think
Arthur.
about? What do you think about people that are the only people laughing at their own jokes?
Well, I think they got a good.
Who's laughing now, sir?
I honest to God, I can't figure out why people like that come up to have a debate. Like, what's the point? I don't get that.
Guys, I only kick like the only time I do that is the people like that. The other guy, I said thank you, have a good night. Like the only time I do that is with people like that. Think about that. And they deserve it, to be fair. Guys, what was I doing? My hands were here. I was doing nothing. Just kidding. You know exactly what I was doing. Guys, if you're a Republican, hop in the box. Can we get to 500,000 likes? Thoughts, feelings, concerns? Okay.
I have concerns about Bud, but I hope your night gets better. I'm sorry that your life is so miserable.
Love you, Bud. I mean, dude, if you guys can't come up here and have a conversation, like, I just shut the fuck up. RTP lets you talk, like, for 10 minutes. Like, what do you want? Like, nobody's... I mean, the chat is a little bit triggered, of course, because I love the chat. The chat is a little bit spicy as usual. Guys, don't read the chat if you can't handle it, because they're kind of spicy, and I'm always reading the chat, because my chat is so fantastic, and it's not about me, it's about you. It's about the people that come up in the box. And what are you going to do about that? A lot. So keep hitting that like button. Let's get to 500,000 likes, and I'll stop kvetching about it. Mr. EJ, how are you? Oh, guys. Oh, for sure. Guys, he had that glitch, but what he said was he's not going to vote for Trump. I mean, that's what I heard. I'm pretty sure it was really simple. And you know what? Some people make the quickest, fastest points, and well, sometimes less is more. And less is more could be a first and last name of somebody you may or may not know. Thoughts, feelings, concerns, guys? You're Republican, hop in the box. Only taking opposition at this time. I like taking these randoms, like these people with random names. Like they tend to be like the best like discussions. It's kind of weird. It's fucking weird, man. Guys, this is the big D. And listen, if it's the big D, they must be a Democratic appointee because certainly your mushroom tip is not. Guys, I did it again. And here's the.
Yeah, almost, Jeff. Almost.
I was getting close. It was good, and certainly Trump wishes he could get close, but not too close. Okay.
You don't want to get too close to Trump either. He's smelly. That's what
You're gonna get the cops called on you, buddy. It's like, guys, the Republican hop in the box only taking opposition at this time. Silver Creek. I don't know why. I'll just let you up. Silver Creek. Are you up Schitt's Creek without a paddle? Is this? Are you Donald Trump? Yes.
Are you talking
Are
about?
you believing the bullshit? Are you wanting a better candidate? Then please come to the Democratic side. But the grass is certainly greener, and if you smoke it, it's a lot better too. It's Silver Creek. How are you? You're fucking up already, right off the bat. I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it. It's not, guys. Every Republican hop of the box. Is it really that difficult? For one single intelligent Republican, please. Wait. Can you be intelligent and a Republican in the same sentence? Is this possible? 500,000 likes. What do you think?
Hey, Dan.
Yeah, that's it. I pressed the wrong button. My bad.
Oh, for sure. You know what? And listen, I'm sure you were pushing the button.
Go for it. Yeah, go for it. What was the rest of that?
You were pushing the right button. Let's just say that. And
yeah, brother.
listen,
Hell yeah.
it was truth. You were probably doing something a little bit extracurricular, if you know what I'm saying. But nobody taps better than the Democrats because they get all. They to be fair, they get all the play. They get all the play. I'm just saying. They know how to use their fingers. And if you know what I'm saying, then you know what I'm saying. And just forget about it if you do. If
Jeff,
you don't,
I'm concerned that people are going to think that like we paid all of these people I think people are going to be like, no, Republicans can't be as dumb as all of these people have been. Right? Like they've got to have better arguments than that. I'm a little concerned that people are going to accuse us of stacking the deck. So if you're not a Republican who's embarrassing, come hang out.
Or Mike is excellent. Yeah, it's excellent. What are you in, like the fucking the hall of the hall of mirrors? Like what is going on?
That's that Freedom Wireless.
Guys, if you're Republican, hop in the box. Only taking opposition at this time. Lemon drop kid. Listen, if you're not Republican, you're gonna go. You're gonna go. I promise. Don't be independent either. Don't even do it. Don't even think about it.
Listen, here's a tip. If you're independent, we all just say you're gonna vote for Trump and you'll get to stay. But nobody wants to play both sidesism tonight. Nobody wants to play that.
Lemon drop. How many lemon drops does it take for you to take a girl home?
One.
It's a joke.
Hell
What?
Yeah, brother. That's it, man. With
One.
confidence. That's confidence. I love
One.
that.
Yep.
No, it's a joke, by the way. I appreciate you. Are you Republican and why?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I know you are.
RTB, can I ask you a question, civilized?
I would love that.
Civilized.
All right. How many people do you think Biden let walk through the border unvetted? I mean, there's a lot of numbers going out there. What number you come up with?
What do you mean by unvetted?
Just walked over.
Like how many personally did Biden open the gate and watch him walk over, or what are you saying?
Yeah.
Zero.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did they get over the border with nobody watching them?
They're asylum seekers, and they're showing up mostly down in Texas, and they're standing in line and waiting their turn. And when they come over and they claim asylum, they are told what the process is, and they schedule court dates. And we could probably get through these a lot quicker if Republicans would fund the border and stop pretending they care about the border while they won't fund it.
Well, in that last bill, do you know what the bill was? Really? I mean, I don't know why they're not saying it on the news.
It was two bills. It was Ukraine funding and border funding.
Yeah, what was in the border funding?
There was money to get more border agents. There was money to get more people involved in the process, judges, attorneys, their housing.
The amount of people that could come into the border in one
And
day.
it wasn't to allow 5,000 entries to come in.
No, I just a cap.
No, it was a cap.
A day.
But that wasn't a, just to be clear, that wasn't a border bill. That was an executive order. I was talking about the border bill.
I thought that was in the border bill.
No, that was an executive order.
Biden won't sign it.
Oh yeah. And then Biden said, Biden put a new cap on. So if you're talking about the bill, yeah, Biden would sign it. Republicans won't vote for a border bill. They say they're not going to do anything to fix the border until Donald Trump's in office.
I see.
So how many people have Republicans let in is the better question, because you guys are the only ones that don't want to do anything about the border.
Well, wait a minute. They took off the executive order as soon as he got in office.
What executive order?
I thought everything was fine.
What executive order? What executive order?
100 executive orders about the border.
But what did they? I know, but what did it? Which one are you talking about?
Didn't Biden do an executive order?
Snuggles, we're gonna do one at a time. Snuggles.
Snuggles, dispute for a sec. Dispute.
And which one are you talking about specifically?
Whatever, Tango.
Wait, I let you up here. Just mute. Chill.
The stay in Mexico was one of them.
The stay in Mexico? What was the remain in Mexico policy? What was that?
I don't remember exactly right now, but a stop and search or whatever.
Stop and search? You mean stop and frisk?
Release or something like that.
Catch and release?
Yeah, catch and release.
Were any of these struck down by courts?
Tango.
For example, remain in Mexico. Do we have the authority to tell people who are not Mexican citizens that they have to remain in Mexico? Do we have any authority to do that?
We're Republicans.
Well, we
drop Snuggles until he's done?
We're supposed to go to a proper channel to do that.
Because he doesn't know what he's talking about.
No, I know. I'm stupid.
That was that was a guy on your set. He was talking about. He was talking about me.
The Republicans let 6 million people gotaways come in.
Sure.
What's going to happen in 10 years with all these people here?
Well, we have a problem in this country that it's an interesting thing. Republicans are saying we're not having enough babies. We have a population crisis. We got to have more babies. They're also saying we can't let more people into the country. Can you explain those two positions?
I didn't hear that. I never heard that. So
that's not surprising, because most of what you're hearing is probably just like scare tactics. But yeah, I haven't checked for a while, but we have millions of jobs that we can't fill. Millions.
Yeah,
Okay, well then let me finish, please. Millions of jobs. We desperately need more people in this country. So ask yourself, why is your party so afraid of these specific people coming into the country?
Well, that's your opinion. I don't.
No, I wasn't an opinion. It was a question, brother. I asked you a question. Why are you guys afraid of letting these people in the country?
Because they have to come in vetted. We got to see who they are. I don't want to let these people coming in and killing our little girls and raping our little girls and stuff like that.
Okay, now let me ask you this question. So you care mostly about the safety of children, right?
You gotta be.
I care about safety of anybody.
Okay, but children, you care specifically about the safety of children.
For sure.
Is a child more likely to be abused by a member of their church or an illegal immigrant?
Probably an immigrant.
No, statistically, a member of your church. So why aren't you just advocating that we get rid of churches?
I don't know. The churches are bad for the children.
Can I tell you why? It's because you guys believe in the church. And there's a little bit of, and whether you, like, I'm not making a claim right now that you're racist, but the policies of the Republican Party are almost entirely based on this fear that brown people are going to replace them. And I'm not making that up. That's just stuff Republicans have said.
All right, to be fair, his account got removed for TikTok violation. Just review it, you'll be fine. Snuggles, here, we'll give you one chance. And
I know I'm a champion. I understand. Don't worry.
No,
about
no,
it.
you can't. You can't do the monologue. You can't do the gish galloping. You can't do
No,
the
no. This is
filibuster.
just me. You can't change.
We'll
Snuggles,
talk
is what
about
I'm saying.
one point. Hang on, Snuggles. We'll talk about one point, and that's it.
You sound scared. Don't worry about it.
So,
Let me
so
roll
tell
with it.
us. Oh, you're doing it. You're already off to a.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a chance, Snuggles. I want to give you a chance.
I have one question for Mr. RTP.
Can you debate RTP or not? It's not questions
Absolutely.
about me.
I always beat RTP. It's okay.
No, debate.
Because you know me.
You
know?
can't. No, Snuggles. You're doing it already.
I know. This is, can I ask?
Okay,
can I answer?
I'm
Can I
going to
ask
kick
a
you.
question?
I'm going to kick you. Okay. You can
I
start
ask
with
a
a
question?
question. Snuggles, just listen.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
Oh, God, man. Yes, you can start by asking RTP a question.
Thank you so much,
But
RTP.
okay, but I guarantee you, I'm going to kick you because you're not going to be able to stick to one point.
Right.
And if you're
but
not,
RTP,
I'm going to
but
kick
I
you.
have 1 point. Okay.
That's
I'm gonna ask-
500,000 likes. To deal with Snuggles, can you guys come on? Dealing with Snuggles, guys, please.
Right. Can all my Snuggle fans in here
It's not easy.
tap the likes for
Snuggles,
tap
stop.
the likes?
No,
What?
it's not about rizzing you up, Snuggles. Stop.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a chance.
Thank you, Tango.
Because RTP has no patience for
Right.
silliness. He's
Thank you,
here
Tango.
he's here on a mission.
Right. Right.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So he was talking about the
Don't
about
talk
the
to me. Ask RTP
right,
the
RTP,
question.
you were talking about the Republicans not voting for the border bills, but Biden just recently did an executive order. Why didn't he just do an executive order?
Yes, he did do that. The executive order doesn't come with funding. You
Right.
need Congress for the purse.
But if you do an executive order, you don't need funding.
Yes, you do. You need funding in order to staff Border Patrol. You need funding to hire. Not please, if you're going to be respectful, Snuggles. Like I'm respectful to you. We don't have to talk about it, but you know goddamn well I go above and beyond to be respectful to you. So let's just be respectful. In order to hire more Border Patrol agents, in order to get these court cases expedited, in order to get a better vetting system, in order to expedite this process, you have to have money, and Congress controls that. So all Joe Biden can do is basically what he did and change a few policies, but Republicans refuse to actually fix the problem.
I see. Well, why didn't they do it the first 2 years when the Senate and House was controlled by the Democrats?
Can do what?
The House and the House and the Senate were controlled by the Democrat the first 2 years while Biden was in office.
You know what a filibuster? You know what the filibuster is, Snuggles?
Complete Democrat.
Do you know what the filibuster is, Snuggles?
Well, go ahead.
You don't know?
Go ahead.
How many people are in the? How many people? Yeah, how many
Go
people?
Snuggles, let him go.
How many people are in the Senate?
I'm just asking why.
How many people are in the Senate?
I'm just asking why.
I know, I understand that, but it's my turn now.
I don't even know that answer myself.
How many people are in the Senate, Snuggles?
You don't know. Just say you don't know.
Just go ahead.
Okay, I don't. This is crazy that neither of you know this, by the way. But every state has 2 senators. So how many people are in the Senate?
100.
Jesus Christ, 100. And how many votes do you need to pass something in the Senate?
Well, it was. Wasn't the Senate controlled by the Democrats?
Just answer 60.
Okay.
60. There
So
weren't
when did
60
Biden get it
because
done
there
the
weren't
first 2
six
years?
because there weren't 60 Democrats. That's why, Snuggles.
Okay.
Yeah, this is how.
So why didn't Biden
Dude,
just
you
close
don't
the
even,
border?
brother. How can you come up here and be the expert who's winning all the
Right,
time?
well, I'm just
you
saying, why
didn't
didn't-
know how many senators we had.
You said you were going to be
Brother,
nice.
I learned
right?
that in 5th grade.
You said you were going to be nice, but listen really quick here. Why did
I'm
Biden
shocked.
shut down?
I'm not even being rude. I'm shocked that you didn't
Wait,
know that.
I'm
you
just
are
saying.
a political content creator. You make 5 videos about me
I am
every
on
day
6
talking about
tequilas
how
right
dumb
now.
I am, and you don't know how many senators
I'm on
we
6
have.
I'm on
That's
6 tequilas.
crazy.
I'm on 6 tequilas right now, so just relax.
Maybe
Okay.
you oughta- maybe
Now,
you oughta
really
cool
quick.
it.
Wait,
Breathe
really
some
quick.
more.
Okay, really quick, RTP. Why did we had the best border in 40 years under the Trump administration?
By
Why
what-
did Biden,
by what
Why did
measure?
Biden take down all all of Trump's.
I disagree with you that we had the best border we had in 40 years.
Oh well, that we did. Well, I mean,
No, we didn't.
millions.
Then why did Trump have to write an executive order on his way out saying, "Sorry about Venezuela, I fucked that up, and now there's a bunch of Venezuelans here"?
RTP, you have to be nice.
No, I'm asking a question. Why did he write that executive order on his
So
way
it's a
out?
blame game. Can you
No,
show me
I'm
that?
asking you if it was the best it's ever been. Why did he have to write an executive order
Can you show me
saying that I screwed up here and these Venezuelans get to stay?
Can you show me that?
Sure, I can pull it up for you.
Yeah, can you please pull that up?
It's weird that you don't know that.
Right, but I'm just wondering.
Mr. Political over here. You
Yeah,
call me
please,
stupid every
please.
day and you don't know anything.
Did I call you stupid? I mean, you're the one that's
You do
just.
it all the time, Snuggles.
Well, Snuggles, your videos about RTP aren't very nice, honestly.
Oh, okay.
I'm just being honest.
I mean, I just don't understand. We had the best border during the
RTP,
Trump
hang on, Snuggles.
administration,
I
and all these-
disagree. I disagree.
I'm talking to you
RTP
right
made
now.
videos, 5 videos about you a day.
Tango, I'm talking about you right
a lot
now.
differently.
I'm talking to you right now, Tango, but listen really quick. We had the best border by Donald Trump, and you guys are making excuses.
On January 19th, 2021.
How many people gave
On
you through the border?
January 19th, 2021, this was issued by President Trump. It's called the Memorandum on Deferred Enforced Departure for Certain Venezuelans. He says, the autocratic government of Nicolas Maduro has consistently violated the sovereign freedoms possessed by Venezuelan people. Through force and fraud, the Maduro regime is responsible for the worst humanitarian crisis in the Western Hemisphere in recent memory.
Absolutely.
A catastrophic economic crisis and shortages of basic goods and medicine have forced about 5 million Venezuelans to flee the country, often under dangerous conditions. This administration, meaning the Trump administration, has imposed sanctions against Maduro and his regime. And I have recognized the president of the Venezuelan National Assembly, Juan Guaido, as the interim president of the country. The deteriorative condition within Venezuela, which again, remember, it includes the sanctions that we put on them, the deteriorative condition within Venezuela, which presents an ongoing national security threat to safety and well-being of the American people, warrants the deferral of the removal of Venezuelan nationals who are present in the United States. So can you explain to me why these Venezuelan nationalists were no problem, but the Venezuelan nationalists that came after them dealing with the exact same thing are a problem?
Right, it's a problem because they emptied out their jails and mental institutions.
So
and
you
just
don't know.
told them
Yeah, that's what I thought.
They told
That's
them,
what I thought.
why
You're
did
not gonna
they
answer the
empty out their
question.
jails? You can't answer that, though. I'm
Yeah,
just
because it's
asking
not
you.
true, because you have no evidence of that. That's
But how
why.
do you-
Prove
but
it.
do you-
Prove it.
They emptied their
What's your
jails.
you just asked me for a source for my claim.
Right.
I gave it to you. What's your source?
You just gave me the source. That's why Trump
What's
did what
your
he did.
source saying they emptied
What
out
you
the
just
jails
read.
in
What
Venezuela
you
and sent them
just
here?
Read. Read it again. What you just read. He's protecting the United States.
It never said anything about emptying out jails. So can you give me that source,
Okay,
please?
well, he has that. He has more,
just more
sources.
trust me,
because
bro.
he said that.
More
because
trust
he
me,
said,
bro.
He said,
Yeah,
he
more
said
trust me,
they
bro.
were emptying out their jails and
You didn't even know this existed until I read it to you.
Well,
And now you're telling me
he
no.
was actually that shows leadership, though, doesn't it?
No.
What did Biden do? He reversed that, didn't he?
No, he
Let
didn't
everybody
reverse
come in.
that. No, that's still in place. You don't see, Snuggles. This is the thing. Like, you're just a meme.
Well, why do
you
we
just
have 11
recite? No,
million
no,
people
no,
come through the
Snuggles.
border?
Snuggles. This wasn't undone by Donald
Don't
Trump.
shut my
And
mouth. Why
this-
did you have 11 million people coming in through
This
the
is.
border?
It's not your turn.
I'm not even
Snuggles.
muting you.
It's not your
Just
turn.
listen.
Okay.
This
But
was
he
not
doesn't have
undone.
an answer
You
for
just
that,
made a
though.
claim. You made two
Snuggles.
claims. The first claim you made was they were emptying out prisons. I asked for a source on that.
He doesn't
You said,
have an
no,
answer.
I
There's
don't want
18
to.
million
Then,
people that came to the
then
border.
you said,
Don't interrupt.
Snuggles.
Snuggles,
Then you
don't
said,
interrupt.
Snuggles,
Right.
that they undid this executive order, which is
Right,
also
but
a lie.
RTP
You
doesn't
don't
have a
know what
solution
the
to
fuck
18
you're
million
talking
people.
about.
But you don't have a solution
Nothing.
for 18 million coming through the border. We have Biden here for
I'm
4
not
years.
interested in.
It sounds
I'm not
stupid on
interested
that.
in. You made a.
You're
deal
not
that-
interested, of course. You just let
All right,
you
I'm
let
done
this
with
weak
Snuggles.
leader.
I'm done.
Yeah, you are done because you sound stupid. We had 18 million people come through the border, and you have no explanation for it. And this Biden's been here for 4 years, and he's done nothing about it. No executive
We're just
orders.
gotta stick to one topic.
Biden did-
Love you, Snuggles. Love you, guys. The Republican hop in the box only taking opposition at this time. Republicans hop in the box. Hit that guest request button right
If
there.
you are a fan of Snuggles, this is the person you're getting your ideas from. He didn't know how many senators are in our country. That's like that person should not have a platform discussing politics. I understand not everybody knows that, but not everybody has a platform where they pretend they know what's going on. That's one of the most moronic things I've ever heard. Like, that is, nobody should ever listen to Snuggles about politics ever again. That's crazy. Why didn't it get passed? I explained it. Well, that's just what you say. This is why Snuggles is taking L after L after L, and why we don't allow him on our program, because he doesn't know how to have a conversation.
Well, he'll always be allowed on mine unless he does something really way out of the like fringe. But I mean, if he likes coming up and getting what happened just now, I mean, that's on him, I guess. But I wouldn't enjoy it. But guys, the Republican Hop of the Box only taking opposition at this time. Guys, can we get to 500,000 likes? Is that what do you guys think about that? Thoughts, feelings, concerns? Oh, okay. Snugs, come back tomorrow night, buddy. We can talk about it later. But buddy, if you're still in the box, keep hitting that like button. Guys, don't forget to get us to a 500,000 likes. Becky, how are you? Guys, I'm the worst too. I am the worst. Guys, I'm so sorry. But you know what? This is the price to pay. We don't get RTP doesn't get paid for what he does. He gets paid for what he knows. So every single truth bomb is a little bit of revenue he should gain. Becky, how are you? Becky, are you Republican or Democrat? Wait, what? That almost sounded like
she just got out of here.
That almost sounded like Stacy for a sec. Like that laugh, that sounded like Stacy. Stacy. Guys, if you're Republican, hop in the box, only ticket opposition at this time. Truth matters. Okay. I'm pretty sure you by that. Well, they're not going to show up. And guys, you're Republican. Guys, hit that guest request. If you're MAGA, if you support Trump, and listen, it's okay if you do, but I would like to talk to you about it. Right? There's no reason we can't have a nice conversation about it. There you go. Chat, keep chatting up. You don't have conversations? We don't have conversations?
Yeah. Pasa Pete.
Nope, not gonna happen. Guys, if you're Republican, hit that request button. Can we get to 500,000 likes? What do you guys think? Let TikTok mom. They've been supporting a lot. Let's see. TikTok.
What up?
Not voting mom. So good. Are you Republican or Democrat?
Man, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, no matter what anybody does.
Are you Republican or Democrat?
Bro, dude, I'm a convicted felon. My fate lands on you.
Sounds like a Republican to me.
I mean, it sounds whatever it is, but I'm just saying, like,
I thought you were gonna say I'm a convicted Democratic voter, and I was about to kick you, but you switched it up a little bit. Do you think that? Hang on. Do you think that convicted felons could support Biden?
Okay, I would say hell no.
So who would you support? Like, if you could vote, and depending on what state,
I mean,
you can vote.
Trump.
But who would you vote for?
Trump.
Why?
I would vote for Trump.
Why?
Dude, that guy, like, he's done a lot for this country, even though people don't see it. Like business-wise and all that. As us as felons, he pulled out laws where a lot of people got out.
Like,
in
so
prison.
are you talking about like some of the stuff he did, some of the pardons he gave for people with mandatory minimum sentences?
There you go.
Yeah. Do you know he's? Did you know that he's
advocating?
Do you know that he's advocating for bringing back mandatory minimums? The very thing he pardoned people for, he wants to bring back.
I mean,
are you in favor of mandatory minimums?
I mean.
What about stop and frisk? Do you like stop and frisk?
Stop and frisk? What is that?
Basically, the cops can stop and search you with no real reason.
It's going to happen regardless.
No, it's not. There's a lot of places it doesn't happen, but Trump wants that to be law. Now, do you trust the police?
Not at all.
Okay, well, Donald Trump wants to indemnify them. That's the word he used. Indemnify means that you can't sue the police. So the police would be untouchable. As somebody who doesn't trust the police, how do you feel about Donald Trump saying he wants to indemnify them?
And by the way, guys, can I say something? Thank you, chat.
I mean, guys, like
500. Wait, thank you for 500,000 likes. Love you guys. Keep tapping. Just do it. Like, but take it easy because on Friday night we're gonna be going for 1.5 million. So thank you for 500,000. Take it easy. Slow down on the taps. We got a lot of work to do in a couple of days, and the time is nigh. But thank you so much. Sorry about that, guys. Go ahead. Guys, I fuck up. I apologize. I'm an idiot. Sorry. Thank you. Keep
I
going.
mean, like I said, I did bedtime in Beaumont USP, high maximum security for smuggling, bro. So like, I'm a border town, so I know exactly. I hit the front line on that. You know, I know what it is, and like everybody thinks that whatever they want, border walls and all that stuff, that's not gonna work, buddy.
What's gonna work?
You know, like all that frisk and all that. Here, it is what it is. Like it's reality. We get pulled over, you're gonna get frisked whether they're right or wrong. You
Okay, but the
Exactly.
question I asked you was, why would you support, like, you don't trust the police and you support somebody who wants to make it so that there's no consequences for them?
I mean, the work part, like that guy brings a lot of work for us.
I'm asking you a specific question that it seems like you're refusing to answer. I don't know why you keep asking. Why would you support as somebody who doesn't support or believe the police or trust the police? Why would you support somebody who says, I want to indemnify the police and make it so that they have no accountability?
Bro, like Biden and Trump. I mean, come on, man.
That's not an answer to the question. This is the thing, dude. Like, I think you're a well-meaning person. I really do. And I don't think that you have to like Joe Biden. But if you think for 1 second that Donald Trump gives a flying fuck about convicted felons or poor people or anybody but himself, you're out of your mind. He is the exact opposite of what you want him to be. Now, he says that he's a lot of things, and he doesn't wind up being those things. It is literally you voting against your best interests to vote for Donald Trump. I don't know if you're white, if you're Hispanic, if you're black. Like,
I'm Hispanic, bro.
Okay, yeah, yeah. That guy doesn't want you here.
I mean,
like that.
It
that
is
guy,
what it is.
Yeah, that's crazy to say. It is what it is for a guy that doesn't want you here. You think he would want you here if you were wearing a Biden shirt, or do you think he'd be like, yeah, let's get rid of that guy?
I mean, I understand where you're coming from. I mean, like at one point, I didn't agree with the guy, but at the same, like I saw the work that he pulled out for a lot of the oil field workers. You know, because I'm an oil field worker. You know what I mean? He pulled a lot of fucking work out for us.
What did he do?
And, he kept the work going hard.
What did he do?
What did he stop getting oil from the other side?
Nope, didn't do that.
Well,
we were still buying oil all around the world. In fact, one of the like, he cut some regulation, but one thing that he did while he was president is he negotiated with OPEC because OPEC was concerned prices were going to get too low. And so he worked with OPEC and they negotiated a deal where they would artificially keep the prices of oil high, ignoring supply side economics, ignoring saying like, oh, this is what price people want to pay for it. And he's like, no, we got to keep it artificially high. He actually negotiated against all of us to keep oil prices high. We're drilling more oil now than we ever have in this country. Right now, I guess actually we're a little dipped down, but a couple months ago we were at peak oil production, more than at any time during the Trump administration. I'm telling you that the stuff that you're told about Donald Trump just isn't true. He's not going to make your life better. He's going to give tax breaks to those billionaire oil barons, and they're not going to give any of that money to you.
I mean, like I said, bro, from what I've seen, bro, like that guy's done a lot more than Biden.
And I'm telling you, you haven't seen that. You're saying things that you've heard that aren't true.
Like I said, Biden. I mean, like I said, Biden's in. I'm Hispanic, bro. Biden's in all these immigrants. And who's paying for all that stuff when they come in?
Biden is not letting immigrants in. But do you have a problem with Venezuelans with their country completely decimated, coming here seeking asylum? Do you have a problem with that?
I mean, we're gonna pay for their college.
No, we're not. We don't pay for college in this country. We don't have, brother, we don't have free college in this country. What are you talking about?
No, we don't. They will get it.
No, they won't. There's no legislation for people who are here illegally to get free college. That's nonsense. That's another thing that you've been told that isn't true.
No, bro. Like, we're gonna be paying our tax dollars for them to get, all the benefits that we can't get.
No.
Here as U.S. citizens, they're gonna get it.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that? What would be the benefit to any of us to give? Recently, I guess these would be legal immigrants at that point. They would be citizens, right? Because you don't get benefits if you're not a citizen, right?
Well, they'll get them, bro.
They'll just get them. Yeah.
Plus,
See, this is.
I was in the feds. These guys, they seek asylum.
How will they get them? How will they get it?
They get the help from the government, bro.
How? What government agency is going to pay for their college?
No, they get the full benefits.
See, brother,
like, they get it all. Like,
no,
dude,
they don't.
Dude, bro, I did time.
You're just wrong, dude. You're just wrong.
No, I'm not even close.
Then cite it. Who's getting all these benefits? Who?
They are. We're paying.
Who?
For it.
No, who? I understand you're saying they. Who?
All these immigrants coming across.
Okay, and who's giving them the benefits? Which branch of the government? Which department is giving them money?
Not even the branch. I'm just saying the government. They're gonna get.
Yeah, brother, you don't even know. Brother, if you can't tell me who's getting the money, how much they're getting, and who's getting it, then you don't have an argument that people are actually getting money. You've just heard something that you're repeating, and you're doubling down on it. And I don't get it. Like, bro, if you don't know something, just sit back and learn. But don't come up and act like, oh, I'll just never change my mind. You clearly don't know any of this stuff, and that's okay. But I don't know why you're so stubborn on it.
I mean,
that's why you're a Democrat. Fucking idiot.
There you go.
Man,
see how mad, like, look at how mad she gets just because.
Wait, hang on. Now we have a second opponent. So, sir, are you okay with her debating RTP for a few minutes, or just to be fair, or is she too afraid? Is she? I mean, she's definitely wants to say something. Hey, buddy, you don't have to silence your girlfriend. Okay, it's okay. Let her talk.
No, I just go ahead.
I mean,
Just let her talk.
You Democrats are like letting all these fucking criminals come into you guys are letting all these criminals come into our fucking country, and like,
Sir, do not just let her talk. Just let her talk. Okay, name one criminal that's coming to this.
We're paying for these losers to come over here. So all these, like, all the money that you make, like, are you happy that you're giving it to, like,
Ma'am, drink some water.
idiots that are coming over here? Like,
ma'am, drink some water. You're gonna have a headache in the morning.
No, hang on.
Drink some water too, bitch.
Well, finally, now we're getting to the crux of the argument. Finally, now it's getting spicy. Sir, please just let your man blink twice if you're okay. So just let her talk. It's okay. You can let her talk. It's fine. And listen, I think she might have better ideas than you. And that's probably not a bad girlfriend to have, right? Be led by a strong woman. I agree with that.
Feminist.
But you could be led into.
I mean, no, I'm just saying, bro. But it's because like you guys. I mean, bro, you don't understand, bro. Like you guys sit on
Let him talk.
wherever you're
Let
at.
him finish.
Like, we're border towns, bro. We see it front line, bro.
Bro, I live in a border state too.
Like,
Don't
we
tell
see
me
it
I
from
don't
front line.
understand.
We know what
listen,
it is over here.
Listen. No. You don't know what it is because I've asked you for details over and over and over, and you have
because,
none.
like, you wanna be,
no,
like, on
I
that,
don't
like,
care.
specific,
I don't.
like,
No, listen.
so
If you
much,
can't,
like, little, like-
brother, if you cannot provide any data or any understanding of any of your arguments, I don't give a fuck if you live inside of the border. It doesn't matter. You can live in a border town and not understand why there is a problem. You can see the problem, you can recognize a problem, and that's as far as you and your girlfriend have gotten. You recognize there's a problem. Then you stopped. Then you didn't look into it anymore and you just decided Trump. But you don't actually know what caused this. You don't know who's getting money. You don't know how the process works. You've just decided border bad, so I'm voting for Trump. You're a low information voter, which is exactly what Donald Trump wants.
I mean, if that's your opinion, big dog. I mean, that's your opinion.
Well, if you provided any facts at all while you were talking today, maybe like that wouldn't be my opinion. But all you keep saying is trust me, brother, trust me. I don't trust you. I don't think you know what you're talking about.
I mean, I you know what? I don't trust you either. I mean, maybe we both don't
But at
trust
least
each
I
other,
cite
but at
my
the end of the day,
sources.
I mean, yeah.
You don't
I
even
mean,
have
from Google
sources.
or whatever. Like, you know, maybe you're very
Yeah.
intelligent or whatever, but at the end of the day, like I said, I lived that life, bro. Like, I did.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You live near a border. You don't live that life. Proximity to something doesn't make you an expert on it. I see I see the sun every day. I see the moon every day. I see stars every day. I can't tell you much about space.
Isn't that the Dunning-Kruger effect?
Again?
For you, TikTok.
What about?
Yeah, brother. The point is, and no disrespect, but like, you don't know enough to have an opinion, but you have a really strong one, which is crazy.
I mean, like I said, bro. Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, lower the balls, bro. Lower the balls.
Wait,
like, seriously.
What did she say? Wait, what did she say?
You're a Democrat, you're a fucking idiot.
Have a few more drinks. Have a few more drinks, ma'am. You're almost asleep. One more and those eyes will just shut and everything will be okay. The morning will come. You'll have a headache, but you'll be
they called
fine.
him Sleepy Joe, but I guess they must go. What do you guys think? Ma'am, are you okay?
No, she's perfectly fine. Don't worry about that, bro.
Oh, I'm not. No, I know. I'm not
She's
saying.
sauced as hell, but
No, I know she's
fine.
fine. And TikTok. Thank you for coming up. I'm not trying to. I mean, she's strongly opinionated, and I'm kind of wondering why. But I'm not trying to like say anything negative. I'm sorry if I was. I give you a hard time, just like a good ribbing. You know what I mean? And it's not like a ribeye. It's like cooking you low and slow. You know, it's very delicious. The meat falls right off of the bone. Chat, what do you think? Thoughts, feelings, concerns? If you're a Republican, hop on the box, only take an opposition at this time. Well, they've muted.
Oh, she's still going.
No, she's. Let her talk, guys. Spam. No. Let her.
Just hug her. She just needs a hug. Just give her a hug.
Give her a big. Give her a big.
You don't understand. Like,
y'all
want to say so perfect because you're so sophisticated on that shit. But like at the end of the day, bro, like y'all don't know what it is, bro.
No, you don't. No, it's you that doesn't know. Like, you have no information about any of this. You just live near the border, so you know there are people coming across the border. But that's literally the extent of your knowledge. Your knowledge stops there. I already agree with you. There's a lot of people coming across the border. I don't disagree with that. But that's as far as your knowledge goes.
Exactly, but like I said, my faith lies on y'all for the voting because I can't vote. But at the end of the day, I would vote for Trump. So I don't give a fuck. No, but at the end of the day, you don't live the front line.
Yeah, but we just
I live in Arizona. Bro, I live in Arizona. I don't know if you've seen a map.
What does that mean?
We've got a border
Arizona?
with Mexico.
What does that mean? There's nothing over there.
There's nothing in Arizona? State? What are you talking about?
That doggone border that
Arizona, what do you have over there?
What do we have? Like at the border, there's a lot of big border towns on the other side of the United States border. I can go to Nogales, Nogales. People are there all the time.
You should probably let your wife debate. To be fair, she's making slightly better points, even though it's the lesser of two Sweevils, or you could say evils. So anyway, guys, it's a hit and miss for me. It's a love hate. What can I say, guys? If you're a Republican, hop in the box. Only taking opposition at this time. Done.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say at this point. I enjoyed it. I think you're a cool guy. I would be friends with you.
Yeah, friends. We could. You don't
I
have
think
to.
you and I could break your parole together. We could do some parole violations together if you want. You got that medical green over here.
You wouldn't know what to live that life, bro.
That's where you're right. That's where you're right.
Exactly.
I would swear my allegiance to you on that.
Wait, what? Hang on. I'm curious what kind of life you live that we haven't.
What?
Besides going to prison.
That's enough for
Border
me.
town life, smuggling life, bro. What do you do?
Bro, he's Hispanic. Bro, he's Hispanic in the United States near a border town. He's seen some shit for sure.
Here's what I do. I lift heavy.
Oh, heavy.
When he's like, I knew he's like, oh, he was whining. He's like, and this girl, you heard his girlfriend in the background. She was saying something too, guys. Guys, W to girlfriend in the background. What Apple says MAGA? Wait, Apple, say less. Hop in the box. Wait, fuck, you have 0 followers. So what's
you kicked him once, but I think he was saying, I think you kicked him while he was saying he was opposition, and it seems I saw some comments. I think he disagrees. He is an op. He says he's op. So I think
Apple? Okay,
disagrees with the kick. I think.
Oh, you know what's weird? Apple is okay. Here, I accept you. You said he had 0 followers when I went to invite you. I do apologize.
Oh, good. I do disagree completely. I am a Trump supporter. That's what I was trying to say before. But listen, I got to say this. I would tell you exactly why I'm voting for Trump. 100%. It's because he will give the most money to Israel. He will give them the most amount of money, and 3 out of 5 of his children are married to Jewish people.
Who controls the money given to Israel?
I think it's the United States is who gives it to Israel.
No, who gives it to them? Which part of the government gives them the money?
Well, you see how it works is we actually give them a lump
No.
sum.
This is not. It wasn't a trick question, Apple. The answer is Congress.
Oh,
Congress
is that right?
Yeah. All this money.
Congress. It's the president,
brother.
dummy.
No, hey, I don't know. Yeah. Have you heard of Schoolhouse Rock? You ought to check it out. The president is not above.
Schoolhouse Rock. That sounds kind of like a sissy thing. You should maybe check it out.
Listen, it could have helped you not sound like a fucking idiot a second ago. We have 3 equal branches of government, and I'll give them to you. The executive, which is where the president is.
I thought there were 4.
There's 3. The legislative.
There's 3 plus the media.
Yeah, there's 3. And the judicial, and they are equal branches of government. It's what actually makes the United States unique. Is that we have 3 equal branches with checks and balances. So when you say something silly like the president is over them, it makes me think that we've got another low information voter on our hands.
Well, listen, I can actually clarify that. I can tell you exactly why Congress would approve a huge lump sum to Israel
I
under
agree
President
that they will.
Trump. Yes, absolutely, and it's because of AIPAC. They are great people. They're lobbying each and every one of our Republicans. I don't know about the Democrats, but each one of them has an AIPAC guy.
Look, if you're supporting Donald Trump because you support genocide, terrific. That's great. I appreciate you being honest about that.
Oh, are you a Hamas supporter?
Oh, easy guys.
Sympathizer?
No, I'm not a fan of unaliving innocent people. I think that people, when they're innocent, should not be killed. And you know what? If you want to compare the number of H group unalived versus the number of children unalived, I think you'd be surprised to know it's like 10, 20x times the numbers. They're not going after H group. They're mostly taking out innocent people. And it's not surprising that somebody who votes for Trump is on board with that. All of you guys are like disgusting. It's honestly like a really disgusting opinion to have, that you're like, I want more people to die. Therefore, I'm going to vote for Donald Trump.
Not feeling it, not liking it, guys. It's not the vibe isn't right. It's not right. It's not true. But I mean, it's certainly RTP was popping off there. To be fair, RTP. Do you want to finish this?
Look, nobody was wrong there. He's just being honest about his position.
You want me to let him back up?
No. I don't want to talk to him anymore. His position is I'm cool with what's happening in Palestine. That's a terrible position, but that's his position. And just know that people who love G side, they're mostly Republicans. They love Donald Trump. What does that tell you?
Yeah, that was I couldn't even track that one. That was whoo. Guys, keep hitting that like button. Protect the live. No certain goal, just slightly tap. and take your time. By the way, take your time.
I like every once in a while you'll see. Let's find this person. Where was it?
Who is it?
I don't know. WC Design and Build. RTP is a POS. What this is this is somebody who also can't make an argument. Everybody has come up upset with me. And MAGA, I'd ask this, like, now we're at the point where you guys are losing it and everybody is upset when they come out. Why can't any of them substantiate a claim? Why can't one of you guys just tell us like something that's true? Like one time would be terrific. Before we end it tonight, I would love to have a Republican just say something true. That would be cool.
RTP, by the way, it's up to you. Let me know when you're done. I'm here and I'm in the whim. Let's just say that. But you let me know when you want to call it. By the way, guys, can we get him to at least? Guys, I don't give a fuck. RTP hates when I do this. Can we get him to at least 10,000 coins, or I'll stay on the live for 48 hours straight. I will. If there's even one, I'll let the views go down to one person. I'll be on the live for 48 hours, you guys. I will. If you don't do it, if you don't make it happen, you will see the most triggered version of the mist. You will have to rename me Mr. Irrational Debater. I will be very triggered. Harry, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
Good. Are you Republican or Democrat?
I am a Democrat, so I'm going to make it quick because I know you probably want to.
Harry, I don't have time. No, don't got time. No, okay. No time for that. Love you, Harry. Thank you so much. Love you, guys. The Republican hop of the box only taking opposition at this time. Okay,
sorry, Harry. Go Bears.
Apple 4.0. Wait, Apple Pie.
He's got another. He's got my counts his Apple app.
He's like, no. How many Apple?
Yeah, I don't honestly want to have that debate. Like we're just on two different. There's nothing to debate there. He supports it. I don't. I think we were both pretty clear on our position.
So Scott, True Image.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Are
you Republican or Democrat?
I don't align with either one, but I will say conservative, I guess.
Okay, who are you more likely to vote for, Trump or Biden?
I'd say Trump.
Oh, okay. Now I was about literally the finger was on the disconnect.
You never want to get fingered by Jeff.
Who's lucky there?
Why are you why are you voting for Trump?
Because I voted for Obama. 2008.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, and then the golden escalator.
The what?
And then Trump came down the golden escalator, and then everybody picked on him, so you changed your mind.
He's like, the what?
Is that right?
He said, "Did you say the golden shower? What did you say?"
Sorry, I was being a dick. That was not nice.
No. He's like, "What did you say?" Oh my god, guys, I'm gonna shut up.
Could I ask a question? Like, if you voted for Obama, why did you vote for Obama? What things did Obama say that you liked?
No, if you want the honest answers, I'm not racist. I'm Hispanic, and I voted because he was black.
Nobody said.
Okay, well then, so it doesn't really matter if you voted for Obama and now you're on Trump. You were just voting for what somebody looked like, right?
Yeah, because I was a lifelong Democrat. I was told.
But you don't know why. You just were.
I was in the middle of talking, but you interrupted.
Oh, sorry. I thought there was a pause. I thought you were done. My bad.
I was a lifelong Democrat. I was told that Democrats are for the poor minority and Republicans are for the rich white man. So by default, I guess that made me a Democrat.
Okay. So now why are you a Republican?
Well, when I voted for Obama, the country was in shambles. The economy was in shambles.
When Obama took office?
I don't think it's right when he took office, but during his presidency.
Yeah, he took over just right after the Great Recession in 2008, and then he had 6.5 straight years of growth. So then Trump inherited an economy that had been growing for, I think it was, I can't remember how many months. I want to say it's 60 months, but that could be way off. But yeah, Trump inherited an economy that was growing.
And so when Trump was in office, everything was going good. I mean, the country was doing real good.
Well, during which time? I mean, it was good for a while, and then we started to see signs of a recession in 2019. Growth was slowing. We had job stagnation, and then we had, of course, the stuff that he did in Venezuela that caused massive issues at our border in 2019, and then we had COVID. So yeah, I do think that for about 2.5 years, Donald Trump almost kept the trajectory of Obama. Like he underperformed Obama a little bit on growth, but not a ton. He kind of kept it going for about 2.5 years, and then it all came crumbling down. And that's not his fault. It's not his fault that COVID existed.
Right.
So then what? So help me with this then. Obama had basically 6.5 years of growth. Trump had 2.5-ish years of growth. Maybe we can say 3. Why does that make you a Trump supporter? Both of them had growth. Joe Biden has had growth throughout his presidency. We're the only country in the world that had a positive GDP until the first quarter of this year, when China finally got a positive GDP.
He was really against. He was really supporting the fight for human trafficking and child trafficking.
What do you mean?
Trump is really against child trafficking. He was.
Why do you say it? More so than other presidents?
Yeah, he was the most vocal about it, and he fought for it the most.
When was he vocal about it?
Oh, throughout his whole presidency, he was.
He almost never talked about it.
Maybe you didn't hear about it, but yeah, he was.
Brother, I cover this for a living. This is what I do. Yeah, he was not. It was not a focal point. It was not a focal point of his campaign.
Just have a quick question. True, have you heard of Q?
Yeah, I heard of Q.
Yeah, it was not a focal point of his campaign. I don't know. I mean, this isn't. He never talks about it. Like he doesn't talk about it now. All he ever talks about is like what he complains that people are holding him accountable.
What about Q?
What do you mean? What about the kid from? What about the kid from Philippines who was pretending to be Q level clearance? Oh, not him.
That wasn't him.
Oh, it was the other fake Q before that.
He was not Q.
Okay, he was just posting as Q.
We done caught an undercover here,
brother. He got caught posting as Q. Like, if you don't want to believe it, that's fine.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Who told you that?
Brother, this is. I don't. Do you really not know this?
You heard something doesn't make it true.
Well, why do you think he's in America? Why do you think he left the Philippines?
Just because you heard something.
Why do you think he left the Philippines?
He wasn't Q.
Yeah, well, he was posting.
No one ever found out. No one ever found out who Q was.
Probably because it's not a real person, and it was like Q got everything wrong. Yeah, this makes sense.
How much do you know about Q?
Probably more than you, honestly. Honest to God, I bet I know more than you.
When did Q start?
I called it. I mean.
When did Q start posting?
Let's see. Q.
Why did you lie? Hang on.
Google it.
You have a question? Hey,
no, I think it was like 2014 or 15.
You don't know anything about
I have a question. Why did you lie when you came up here? Why did you lie?
About what?
Say you're not gonna. You're like, I'm kind of like independent in the middle. Why did you?
I said no. Hold on. Did you pay attention or not? I said I was conservative. Do you not pay attention?
Yeah, no, I was right. I was right about this, and then it became mainstream in 2017. I was right. I got the number. I got it correct. And there were 3 different people that they thought were Q. There were we know of at least 3 distinct different people who posted saying that they were Q.
There was a lot of people claiming to be Q, but they were never found.
Well, how do you know which one's the real one then?
No one ever found out. That's my whole point.
Okay, yeah. So how do we know that what they were saying is true?
So what do you know what Q was?
Come on, Jamie.
Yes, I know what.
You know
Q
that.
was.
No, you don't. Obviously, you don't know.
Yeah, no. Q comes. Q
10,000.
from
Jamie, 10,000.
Well, I'm going to answer your question. Q comes from the idea that this was somebody that was deep in the military with Q level clearance, which they falsely said was the highest level of clearance. It's not. And so then it was like Q anonymous, and the people that followed Q became QAnons. And he would post originally, I think, on 4chan. And then he got run off of 4chan, and then they made 8chan, and then 8kun, and then that's when you had the dad and his son in the Philippines posting as Q, running it on 8kun.
That wasn't true,
which was 8chan before that.
That wasn't
true.
It
absolutely was true.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, then who was posting as Q?
So Q was posting questions and links. It was causing people to do their own research instead of just watching the news and then running with that. People were doing their own research. They were
doing a terrible job of it. Let me ask you then, why isn't Q said Trump would be back in office? Why is he not back in office?
He's coming back in office.
No, he said he would be. He picked specific dates multiple times that he's been wrong about.
Q gave no dates. See, you don't know about Q.
No,
He
this
gave
is
no
the
date.
No, the problem is
Show me
No,
the
no,
post.
can't do it. No, can't do it. Won't do it. Don't do it. It's not a good idea. It's not the greatest. I fucked up, guys. I fucked up because he tricked me when he got me to think he was independent, and he said it was for. I fucked up, guys. My bad. I messed that whole thing up because I was thinking he was independent for some reason, and then of course if he is conservative and I ask about Q, that's a fucking terrible question to ask a Republican. It's just going to take us down the worst rabbit hole we've ever been down. Guys, I apologize. Keep hitting that like button. RTP is not here for long, but here for a good time, but not a long time. Think about it. So if you're Republican, hop in the box, only taking opposition at this time. I fucked up. Oh, dude, I totally messed that one. Dude,
imagine still being like Q now. We know dude, we like
dude, you know that was pretty good. Holy shit. Oh my god.
The thing is, I'm trying to remember the kid's name. So it was his father and son. He's in Arizona now, and he ran for Congress as a Republican. But like you guys can watch this. There's an HBO series about it, and like the two guys in the Philippines, they let him in, and at the end they catch him slipping. Like they definitely posted his Q. This guy ran 8chan at a time when nobody had access to 8chan. Like they were still rolling it out, but the public couldn't post, and then Q post.
Yeah, be careful. Don't worry about that. Guys, keep hitting that like button. Let's get to like 600,000 likes, maybe. Who cares? Just keep lightly tapping the 600,000 because we're gonna get to 2 million one of these days. It might be a Friday, it might be a Thursday. Who knows? So, but just lightly, let's be prepared for the future. If you're Republican, hop in the box, only taking opposition at this time. RTP, let me know. Just say when.
Well, I can probably go till 9. I love this. Every time they outsmart the left, they get kicked. When has that happened tonight, my friend? When has that happened?
Guys, the only time I've kicked somebody if it was hurting the live. That's it. Like, I sit here and shut the you guys don't think I want to talk? You guys don't think I want to talk? I sit here and shut the fuck up because I understand that someone a little bit smart. I'm not the smartest person in the room, but if I wasn't the smartest person in the room, I could be the smartest person in the room. Think about it. It's the art of war. It's called and this is the way Trump thinks to be. Guys, love you, Chris. How are you? Hello. Chris, love you. Okay. Definitely a Democrat for sure. You can just tell the confidence, the swagger. You know it. It was just. It was nice. It was nice. Gravity Train 999. Okay. Guys, if you're a Republican, hop in the box. Only taking opposition at this time. Guys, we're shutting the live down at 9 o'clock. Guys, that's. Yes.
Whoever's in the box right there, like I can't see. It's see-through for me, and it keeps like. In that box, there's like I just see the crease of your armpit, and it looks like cleavage every time. Like, what is that?
You're like, is this allowed on TikTok? Is this some sort of... Guys, look at this. The greatest tappers, the greatest sharers, and by the way, that means you must carers. Just a little bit. and here's, you guys are the best, the greatest chat, and you know what? Let's pull somebody up from the chat right now. There's almost 900 people. One person from the chat, just say MAGA. One champion. Thank you for the gifts. Guys, by the way, the gifts go right back to the community. Love you guys. MAGA, true image detail. We just talked to you. Jeff, who's my favorite mod? Love you. Trash Boy's my favorite mod, of course. Law of the Wild. He's so wild. He's like a wild tiger. Wild of the guys. Just spam, guys. What the fuck is going on, guys? You know what, chat? I can't trust you. I'm pulling up someone from the box. Okay, I can't deal with you guys right now. Okay, if you're a Republican, out of the box. Only taking opposition at this time. Are we talking to Apple? No, we talked to this guy, right? Lizzie Boyles. Liz Boyles 81. That sounds. I want to say it out loud. It might have sounded kind of weird. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm not. I'm for Biden all the way.
I knew it. You guys, could you hear her? Did she say what I thought she said? Chat. What do you think? W for Liz Boyles right now.
How about Suze is writing Suze in the comments? What the shit is going on? Suze.
Miss Suze. It's like it's like drinking before 3. You know what? It's okay, but it's not 5 o'clock somewhere. But it just depends on how drunk you really are. Am I right, guys? Hit that like, keep hitting that like button, guys.
I understood what you said, maybe.
I said, guys. I said what I said, guys. At 9 o'clock, we're shutting the live down. So if you want to take advantage, hop in the box right now. Anybody in the comments? I'm gonna look at the comments again because they're really triggering before. Okay, here we go. Say MAGA. If you're gonna vote for Trump, I want to know why. Or RTP, you know what? You go ahead. Stimulate the algorithm, please.
Give it a hot tour.
Tour. This is, you know what, guys? That's very triggering. Hit that like button. Protect the live. That's not okay. I could. It's let it up. What? What the fuck? Bring me up. Apples. What is your deal? We brought you up, and it was a little bit of a downer. WJ. Bring me up. You should it down now. Why wait? What? What is going on, guys? If you're Republican, hop in the box. We're shutting the live down at 9 o'clock. That is T minus
33.
32, depending on how much of the good shit you've actually smoked. So, guys, hop in the box. If you're Republican or Democrat, only taking Republicans at this time. Seriously, actually, you know what? Are there any fans that want to hop in the box and ask RTP any questions? We can actually close it off with that. I mean, it started off really nice, and it got a little bit spicy, a little bit wild, right? But I think that's kind of why we all watch. That's why we all care. That's why I care about you, chat specifically, because this chat is fucking wild. Listen, you guys are like a wild stallion in the wild. So beautiful. You guys are like, you guys are. I was gonna say a beautiful stallion, so strong, so powerful, but so wild. So I have to tame you just slightly.
Elegant.
I was gonna say something other than that, but sometimes before you say something, you have to stop what you're saying and then talk to Christopher. Christopher, are you Republican or Democrat?
Republican.
Okay, perfect. Why?
Well, I've been a Republican since I registered to vote in 1984. Haven't had a need to change.
What do you mean you haven't had a need to change? What's important to you?
Why would I change my ideology?
Well, what is your ideology? What things do you care about?
I just stated that.
That's I don't know why you're being so combative. I'm trying to figure out. Well, I don't know what, sir, we've just met. I don't know the things that are important to you. And for some Republicans, certain things are more important than others. So I'm just asking, like, as a Republican, what things are really important to you?
The same premise they've been since 1984. I like small government, strong defense. I'm a conservative.
Now, since 1984, you recognize that as a small government lover, Republicans have done nothing but increase the size of government every time they're in power, right?
There isn't an ideology that hasn't. So, yeah, I'm not happy about that.
Okay, I just make sure. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can do math.
Okay, so smaller government, you said a strong defense?
Yep.
Which one of the Democrat presidents since 1984 had a weak defense?
Well, it isn't that they have a weak defense. It's just how they characterize the military.
What do you mean?
Well, do you currently think that the generals that we have in positions of power have shown strength throughout the world?
Yes.
Okay. Can you give me an example as how?
Yeah, I think Mark Milley has done a great job of navigating a lot of like significant cultural changes, and him saying like, in order for us to have the best military, we have to understand everybody, We have to include everybody. We're going to be collaborative. You can look at the G7 that Biden just got back to, where all these countries decided, hey, for this military aid, we're going to take frozen assets from Russia to pay for it instead of just paying it out of our own pockets.
Okay, well, Milley's retired, though. You know that, right?
Well, but he wasn't retired.
He wasn't retired. And how did he characterize the Afghanistan withdrawal in front of Congress?
I don't remember what his exact words were. Do you know them off the top of your head so I don't have to Google them?
I'm reading the article from Hill. Just happens to be that you brought that up. Kind of weird. Yeah, this was just a characterization of all of the errors that were made and the 20 years of decisions that were made through Afghanistan, the withdrawal, closing Bagram before we got our troops out. I mean, it was a cluster. I'm not going to swear tonight. It was a mess.
Yeah.
Milley faulted the Biden administration for, he says, poorly timed non-combatant evacuation operations, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to get into that whole thing. I just think that I don't see the military currently facing what the current problems are throughout the world, and they're a little bit more tweaked on climate change as being a big problem.
That has nothing to do with the military.
Oh, sure it does.
What does climate change have to do with the military?
My point was, that's what I was saying, is it doesn't have anything to do with it, yet our military is currently using that as a cudgel.
What do you mean they're using it as a cudgel?
Are you unfamiliar with how military leadership is talking about the biggest threat that we have is climate change?
That is the biggest threat that we have.
Oh my goodness. Really?
Yes.
And what are you afraid of it with climate change if you think that's what our military should be worried about?
I don't think that's what our military should be worried about. That's not their role, but it is the biggest threat. I don't want the military to be in charge of our response to climate change. I think that would be very stupid. I think we should leave that to climate scientists.
Okay, so then when the military is claiming that climate change is our biggest threat, then that's what I was talking about, is I don't think our military currently, under the current leadership, is the way I like it. I'm a Storm and Norman kind of guy.
Wait, because they believe in climate change? They're not, obviously they have nothing to do with it. They're not the ones that are going to protect us against climate change. So you think that our military is weak because some of the leaders believe climate change is real, which, by the way, 100% of climate scientists agree that climate change is real and that humans have an impact. The only variant is like how much impact they think humans have. So you have a problem with our leaders believing in science, it sounds like.
Well, that's you putting that framework into my mouth. No, that's not what I said. And okay. Every climate guy does not believe that climate is kind of that issue. But let's go back.
Name one. No. We're not gonna miss this, because this is something that I think that you guys don't actually know. There is not a single climate scientist who doesn't believe in climate change and that humans have an impact. Not one. Okay. Not one that's published. Maybe people who have left and they've lost their job. I know somebody the other day cited a weatherman as if that was evidence, but no, the scientists agree that the climate is changing and that humans have an impact.
Okay, so the guy that you're trying to correlate into that conversation there, that was the guy that started the Weather Channel. He was San Diego weather guy, and I'm not even gonna get into that, right? So
yeah, he had a degree in journalism.
Okay. But I'm giving you who that guy was. Now, if you're talking about does man play a role in climate change? Well, certainly, 100%, right? I'm not going to disagree with that. You've got how many billion people now on the planet, and everyone talks, and we're discharging, and sure, we're going to play a role.
Great.
Just like if I fart on an elevator, right? I'm going to change the climate.
Great.
However, the climate's been changing on planet Earth ever since day one. In fact, if you look at how did man...
Of course it has.
Yeah,
of course it has. Nobody disagrees with that. There's nobody that would disagree with that.
Right, 15,000 years ago, man was able to walk across Beringia from Asia to North America, correct?
How long have humans been on Earth?
That's not what I'm asking you. 15,000 years ago, could we walk from Asia to North America? That's a yes.
Were we on Earth then?
15... What?
You said 15 million years ago?
1,000.
1,000 years ago. Could we go from where to where?
Asia to North America across a land bridge called Beringia.
I don't know anything
Just
about
say
that.
yes, right? And I'll just shorten this up for you. Right?
Well, I don't know what that is. I have no idea if
It's
that's
a
true or
land
not.
bridge that connected.
How do you spell that? How do you spell that?
Yes, you're
BERIN.
cutting out. Hang on, your audio. Hey, buddy, can you fix your audio?
I can't. We're going. I'm in Oklahoma, and I'm getting hammered right now with.
No, I can't. You are getting hammered. That's true. So, guys, at I think we have time for one more.
Okay, so this is a land bridge between like, looks up like up by Alaska.
I do
That's
apologize. You're
correct.
cutting out. No, I kicked him.
Yeah. I'm just wondering. Like, I'm looking at this. I don't know anything about this, but I don't know.
I think
don't
I
know what he's
heard
talking
it.
about.
I've heard it. Like it sounded kind of familiar, but I don't know what the hell he was talking about, though. Honestly, guys, if you're a Republican, hop of the box. One last debate for the night. What do you think? One last champion Republican. Republicans, or say MAGA in the chat if you want to hop in the box.
MAGA.
What? Awesome.
Hi there. Am I on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, the land bridge had to do with how the Indians came, or the people from Asia came over to America, and that was only in geological times. That was just like yesterday, because it was 15,000 years ago.
Okay, hang on, Wayne. Why are you going to vote for Trump? Number one reason. Let's talk about it.
Because I like his policies.
Guys, by the way, last debate for the night at 9 p.m. We're shutting the live down. Go ahead.
I like his policies when he goes drill, drill, drill. I think the world is not listening to the climate change artists.
What policy does that? What policy is drill, drill, drill?
It's the general policy of favoring the
fossil
natural
fuels,
gas and oil and that sort of thing over the electric.
So why do you think that's important?
Because whatever's easy in terms of the economy will produce the greatest benefit for everyone. In other words.
So why didn't we stick with horses why'd we invest in factories and production?
That's a good point.
What, could I finish my question before
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So when we started the industrialization in this country and we started building up factories, why didn't we just stick with horses? We already had a technology, and by the way, that put a lot of horse breeders and people who sold horses and people who took care of horses, put them out of business. Why did we change to the automobile?
Because somebody made it easier to travel, and the horses were a little more difficult.
And the first cars, what was faster, the first cars or a horse?
The first cars or a horse? Probably a horse.
A horse. And what was more reliable, the first cars or a horse?
A horse.
Okay, so if you were in that age, you would be making the argument, we don't need cars. Look how bad these cars, like at the beginning of stages, you'd be like, oh, we don't have all the infrastructure for these cars. A horse is better anyways.
Right.
And you would have advocated for the horse. The world's changing. The world wants to go electric. The electric vehicles are growing massively every year. If America wants to
hang on. The chat was asking, Wayne, would you ride a horse, or I fucked it up?
Hold on, let me finish this. The world is changing. They want electric vehicles. If the United States wants to stay a world leader, especially when it comes to manufacturing, we have to change to clean energy. All you're doing by advocating for more oil is just giving those oil barons, those oil billionaires that don't help you one bit, suck up just some more money.
Well, can I disagree and agree?
Okay.
In other words, I agree that the future is like the electric and probably nuclear or some energy form that is not oil and gas. I agree with that. But where I find fault is for the government to try to pick the winners, because the winner should be picked by those who are creative and
is that so? How does that work when you give tax breaks to these big oil barons And how does it work when, like, you and I, we can't go drill oil? It's too cost prohibitive. The government has allowed these oil barons to basically have exclusive rights to all oil. Like, we don't have that ability. The government's been picking winners and losers forever.
Well, we could
and
invest
Donald
in-
Trump is picking winner, and Donald Trump is saying, I'm going to give those same billionaires a tax cut, and I'm going to drill, which is going to do what? Give them record profits. It sounds an awful lot like Donald Trump sees EVs. By the way, he said he was going to ban EVs. He wants to get rid of EVs. Donald Trump is advocating for picking winners and losers.
I never heard him say that.
He said it like 2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
He probably didn't mean it because he says a lot of shit that he doesn't really know what he's saying.
That
but
could
is he
be.
not picking? Why is that not picking winners and losers?
Well, if that would be a serious political.
No. I'm talking
what's to
about
do?
his policy of drill, baby, drill. Isn't that picking winners and losers? He's saying,
No.
I don't care about the EVs. Like, I'm going to keep letting the oil people win.
No, that's just saying let the money flow back into the country versus trying to,
Wait,
at the same time.
Wait, what? Wait, no. He's picking winners and losers.
Okay, when you have a world situation with Russia, Iran, Iraq, everything, all these oil-rich countries,
yeah,
taking advantage of us because
how are they taking advantage of us?
Well, we're trying to fight a war against Russia.
No, we're not. Ukraine is. We're not fighting a war against Russia.
Well, we're trying to help Ukraine out.
So are a lot of countries, and we just figured out a way to make Russia pay for Ukraine's defense. So now we've figured out a way to use frozen Russian assets to pay for that defense, which is pretty cool, by the way. Not something Donald Trump advocated for or would have gotten done. That's something
that he did freeze a lot of Russian assets.
I understand, but getting the G7 to agree to use those frozen assets to fund this, Donald Trump had no shot there because everybody at the G7 hates him.
I don't know if you know them personally, but
remember last time when they all sat around and laughed at him? Remember when he said something on stage? Like, they laughed him out of the room while he was on stage. No, they don't like him. They were caught on a hot mic making fun of him. He got really upset about it. Yeah, they don't like him. He's not a good leader. And he's advocating for policies that don't advance our country. Like, advocating for fossil fuels is ridiculous at this point. Like, that's just people being afraid of change. Electric is the future. Everybody knows it. There's like Elon Musk. He's like Mr. Conservative. He runs an electric car company. Like, electric is the future. And by the way, it makes better air for, even if you don't believe in the effects of climate change on the same level I do, isn't it still a good idea to have cleaner air? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with cleaner air?
Okay. One of the things that I think about the electric vehicles is, where's that electricity coming from? It's coming from 90% of the oil.
Yeah,
gas,
why?
Because that's how the electric's being generated.
Exactly. And so how would we change that? Well,
they're working on technologies to do that.
Bingo.
Be wonderful when they get it.
So isn't it interesting that we're working on different energy sources like solar and like wind, and yet I tune into Donald Trump rallies all the time and I hear him criticize solar and wind, saying that it doesn't work. It's almost like he's just saying what the oil people want him to say. Yes, initially, as we build up our infrastructure for electric vehicles, a lot of that is going to be fueled
I think
by oil. Just like when we had the auto industry, when we were building roads, when we were hauling things to build the infrastructure so that we could have more automobiles, it was horses. It was an outdated technology that we had at the time, and we used that to build our new infrastructure. That's how all of this works every single time. So yeah, we'll have to use oil and coal, but eventually we get to be off of it once we've built the infrastructure.
You know what? I think we're in agreement. I think the only slight difference is that you think the government should have a major role in that, and I think private industry should have a role in that because the government they just aren't efficient.
So then explain to me why Donald Trump's advocating for cutting taxes for oil billionaires. Why is if you think the government shouldn't have a role, then why are you so excited about Trump saying drill baby drill? Is that not the government playing a role?
Because when you're using your natural oil and everything that you have an abundance of, it's going to be less burden on everybody. So there'll be more
Wait,
money.
you understand that wind and solar, we have basically unlimited amounts of that, right?
Well, you can't. It takes a lot to convert that into electricity.
It takes a lot to convert oil into electricity. Probably a lot more, actually.
Right. And so I guess we're saying the same. Whatever is most efficient, let's go with that.
No. But we can't go with what's efficient every single time. When a new technology comes out, it takes a while to make it more efficient, and it requires the energy sources that we have at the time to get there, which is where we're at right now. And this is my frustration with Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a almost nearly 80-year-old conservative person who is afraid of change, and Donald Trump is advocating to go backwards, to disincentivize innovation at a time when America's falling behind. We're falling behind on all the things that matter. We're falling behind on education. We're falling behind on healthcare. We're falling behind as far as infrastructure goes, with our roads, our bridges, our airports. We are falling behind, and MAGA is basically saying, hey, let's just double down on the shit we used to do.
Well, if what used to work, and we changed and we're going a different direction, it's not working, then maybe we need to go back to what
it is working.
Work.
Elon, like, are you telling me Tesla hasn't been successful doing electric vehicles? Why are all of the car manufacturers switching to electric vehicles? Why are they all building electric vehicles?
Why doesn't everybody want an electric vehicle? It's because it's very expensive.
Yeah, because this is how it works, right? The electric vehicles are very expensive. Why? Because they're new. You know what's cheaper than a new electric vehicle? A used one. And the more electric vehicles we get on the market, the more we will have used electric vehicles and more people can afford them. Most people buy their cars used at as cheap as possible. You can't really get a cheap electric car right now because of supply and demand. But once all the cars are electric, we'll have cheap electric cars too.
Okay, I just don't see that as being something that we can push that fast. Yeah, I agree. In
what do you mean that
20
fast?
years, 30 years, maybe. But, you know.
Well, the only thing I know of that's been pushed is by, like, what is it, 2035 or 2034? In California, they're saying you can't buy a new gas-powered vehicle. That gives us 10 years, and we're talking about only new cars. So that's not banning gas-powered vehicles. It's just saying, like, hey, we're giving you a huge heads up by, I think it's 2035 or 2034. Like, you guys have to be doing electric vehicles. That's not that fast.
That's the government picking winners. You know?
No, it's not. It's actually telling it's giving them a heads up so that the government specifically isn't choosing winners. If the government was choosing winners, they would just give all the rights to Tesla. They wouldn't be telling all the other auto manufacturers, hey, you got to do this. They're just telling everybody collectively, hey, you have to do this if you want to keep selling cars in America.
They subsidized a lot of solar things and a lot of cars, a lot of Tesla.
And oil. They also subsidized oil.
That's been going on for years.
Exactly. So why do you have a problem with subsidies if, like, that's how we got oil?
Well, I guess if the playing field's level, I don't.
The playing field's certainly far more level with electric vehicles than it is with oil. There's like 3 people that own all the oil.
I don't know about that.
I think we have 3 oil companies.
Well, I could think of at least 5 or 6 of them.
Tell them to me.
Well, big ones. What do you call it? British Petroleum's one. Exxon Mobil, Valero.
Those are a lot of these, by the way, some of these are gas. They've condensed, right? They've consolidated. They've merged. I think we have 3. It might be 2 now, but I think it's 3.
I would be totally against oil if they did that. That reminds me of when the banks got together and screwed everybody with the home mortgage things.
Yeah,
so I'm not up on the oil if they, but they're all over the world. I can't, the Russians, the Chinese, the Iran, they all have their own oil.
And they're yeah. But what are the Chinese doing? What's their push? Are they pushing oil, or are they pushing electric
vehicles? They're building
vehicles?
a lot of coal plants, like 1,000 a year, coal.
Are they pushing electric vehicles, or are they pushing gas
No,
vehicles?
I don't think they're pushing electric vehicles.
Are you out of your mind? Of course they are.
Well,
it's like it's like their biggest push right now, and they're so good at it that Joe Biden is saying, like, we're going to put tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles because we can't compete with them. We need people to buy American electric vehicles. And you know why we're behind China? Because conservatives have been holding us back. They don't want to do electric vehicles. And we had Trump administration, we had the Congress during the Obama administration, we have Congress standing in the way now. The reason China's whooping our ass is with electric vehicles. Frankly, you can blame the conservatives for that. Because they're afraid to change.
I think if we have brilliant people and like Elon Musk, and
Elon Musk is not brilliant. That's silly.
Well, he has rocket ships.
See, he didn't make any of those. He went and hired a bunch of people from NASA.
Okay, well, whatever.
What do you mean whatever? The government, literally, Elon Musk does not, none of his companies exist if the government doesn't, one, do all the research first, and then two, give him a bunch of subsidies to do it. Elon Musk is the biggest welfare recipient in this country. Like, he is welfare. He's a welfare billionaire.
Well, that's my point. We're in agreement then. The electric that he's providing in terms of cars has been a big farce on the government.
What do you mean it's been a farce? Our infrastructure, no, it's been good. What do you mean it's been a farce? We have more electric vehicles on the road now than ever. We're building infrastructure. We're getting more charging stations. Like, what are you talking about? It's better now than it's ever been. But we're behind China because you guys are standing in the way. We could have been ahead of China, but conservatives are like, no, we got to keep licking the boots of big oil. Do you know why Saudi Arabia is over here buying up sports leagues and giving Donald Trump billions of dollars? Because even Saudi Arabia recognizes that the days of being a world leader because of oil are over. So they're diversifying all of their investments. They're trying to make sure that their country doesn't rely on oil. All of those countries are doing the same thing. They're trying to diversify their investments because oil is done. Everybody recognizes it, and yet there's still this group in America of conservatives that like haven't seen the writing on the wall yet. And Donald Trump knows that, and he knows that those people will send him money, so he just keeps saying the same thing. Those oil people are lining his pockets. He does not give a shit. A Donald Trump presidency puts us further behind than we already are.
In 2-3 years, we can have all electric and do away with all our electric lines and all.
No, we're talking about, like, I mean, all electric vehicles, we might be 50, 60 years away. We're a long way, but we got to start somewhere, and we did start, and we could be closer if you guys would stop standing in the way.
I don't think anybody's standing in the way.
Republicans are standing in the way all the time.
You ever watch Shark Tank? Mr. Wonderful?
Yeah, he's
They'll tell you exactly how it is.
No, he doesn't know shit about politics. He knows how to invest. No, he's a
very good.
He's a good investor. That's what he's good at. Not every. You got to stop doing this thing where you think because somebody's rich, they're brilliant. Some rich people are stupid. Kevin O'Leary, when it comes to politics, is a moron. Kevin O'Leary, when it comes to investment advice, probably not a bad person to listen to. But just because somebody's rich doesn't mean they understand politics, and he doesn't.
You can't pick and choose which one based on if they agree with you or not.
I'm not. I'm basing it on me hearing him talk about politics and getting things wrong consistently. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well,
but the only reason you think he's smart is because he agrees with you and he's rich.
The reason I mention him is because they put their money where their mouth is, and they invest in things that'll provide a return on investment. The return on investment is the key to everything.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Our government. No, it's not. The key to everything. What are you talking about? No, that's a key to making money. I just told you this. Kevin O'Leary's good at making money.
Okay,
he's dumb at other things, and your proof for him being smart was like, oh, return on investment's everything. That just goes to show you that, like, you think that having money is like that's the only way to be smart. Like,
let me agree. Let me agree and even reinforce that a little bit. Our country is a capitalistic country. Now, if you want to go to Russia,
no, we're not. We're a mixed economy. We are not a capitalist economy. That's nonsense.
What drives this economy is people trying to work and get ahead.
That drives every economy.
it doesn't drive the communist countries as much because
what country is communist?
Well, China is one of them.
No, they're not.
Russia,
they're not communist. Can I give you a hint? Let me just help you with this. Communism. In
North
order
Korea?
no, also not communist. In order for something to be communist, there can be no government, there can be no currency, and there can be no class system. So no country in the world has been or ever will be communist. But you grew up in an era where they allowed the government to propagandize you, and so you guys were taught that communist equals bad. But there's no such thing as a communist country. It literally can't. No, wait, listen. This is a time for you to learn something new. There is no such thing as a communist country. It does not exist. It never has existed. It cannot exist. This is just a word that Republicans use to explain what they think is socialism. So now I'll ask you this. What is socialism?
It's the government running in such a way where it has its hands in everything.
Incorrect. That's not correct. Socialism is that the workers, you and I, we own our own means of production. Meaning when I go work for a company, I also get to share in the profits. That's what socialism is. It has nothing to do with the government inserting its hands into anything. It's just an economic structure. So the difference between socialism and capitalism is when you go to work, you don't own any of that labor. Whoever your boss is owns all your labor, which is why we have a massive disparity. Like Elon Musk doesn't work harder than everybody, and yet he's worth more money than like all of the rest of us combined.
How do you explain the wealth of the United States versus many other countries that don't quite have as much as what we have?
Well, we have 350 million people. That's pretty cool. We're a massive country. We have a lot of natural resources. We're lucky that we have a connection to Mexico and Central America where we can rely on basically cheap and slave labor to get the things that we need. And then for a long time in this country, we were really progressive and we understood what it took to make an economy that works. We had a fair tax system. We had at points in this country, 90% was the top marginal tax rate. And we had people that could go and work for one company, work for them their whole life, get a pension, and live happily ever after. If you were a school teacher, you could be a school teacher and also raise a family. And your spouse didn't have to work. You could survive off of one income. You could own a house. You could send your kids to school. You'd have a pension, and you could retire. But around the 1980s, when Ronald Reagan came around, they said they were convinced by all these rich people. The rich people said, listen, we understand that we are where we're at now, but we will get even better if you guys stop taxing us so much because we'll trickle all that money down. And now we've been doing that for 50 years. And guess what? It didn't trickle down. The rich got richer. The middle class got poorer. The poor got poorer. This thing that you guys love to talk about, this free market capitalism, is actually just you guys not knowing that what it really is not taxing rich people at the same level that everybody else gets taxed and allowing billionaires to hide their money and pay like 3% on their taxes. That's what this really is. And they tell you that it's capitalism so that you'll keep supporting it, but it's not capitalism. It's crony capitalism. It's government welfare. Nobody gets more welfare than billionaires. Like you've been completely duped. Your side is the welfare state.
Well, no,
you just give
I
it to
think,
billionaires.
If I could speak freely a little bit, the part that your side misses is that if a billionaire has $1 billion and there's 100 billionaires and they all have $100 billion, you'd like to see all that money be spread out to everybody. And boy, everybody would have part of that $1 billion.
Yep.
But the truth is, that's not the.
Well, that was reality in this. That was reality in this country for a long time. The Industrial Revolution, as we built the backbone of this country, we did so with higher taxes on what would have been the billionaire class. And what we saw is that there was not a wealth gap, in the same way that there is now.
Well, I think he got called, and it was probably a call from outer space. I think that's probably where he had to go at that point.
Why didn't he just write a letter? Why does he accept cell phones and regular phones? We should have just stuck with the Pony Express.
Well, there's so many things I could say about that. Well, RTP, 9
Right,
o'clock
brother.
on the dot.
We did it.
And we did it so well. Can I say one last thing, chat? Can I say, guys, thank you for all the likes, all the shares. You guys are fantastic. Thank you to the moderators. Thank you to the co-host. And I mean, who's to say what's fair to say? Let's ask Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre. All right. Thanks, buddy.
You guys are hilarious. You guys are out of this world.